Hit that bad boy. Let's go.
No, put it on the mic.
Okay.
Warble. You need some warble.
Hold on.
It's the same as the other one.
That's it. That's what I'm looking for.
Having not been to church in 10 years, like as he was given the sermon on Easter and all that, I was just like, oh yeah, I know what he's going to say next. I know the plan. I know what you're going to say. I know. Do you have the right? You're coming in next. Yeah.
Can your financial institution find the way into my pocket?
I am tax exempt. Yeah,
that's what he does. The 360s with his hands there.
The Democrats would get smashed, but I would vote for this policy if they were like, you know what? Churches are for-profit businesses. They sell bullshit for cash. You can tax that. I'd be so on board.
Or
and the whole reason they don't do it is because they're like,
as to what can be considered a church. Because if this little organization here could be considered a church, then keep it up. This
ties in to something I wrote down on my topic sheet for the evening. Is that the Satanic Church just achieved tax exemption from the U.S. government, and if they can do it, why can't we? Why can't we make the case that we're preaching our own word?
Do you believe that Kyle would like another car?
Do you believe that Taylor wants his mortgage paid off? Do you believe it?
There's no early payoff penalty. That's right. No penalty. Can you feel the power? Can you
feel the no early payment penalty? Can you feel it?
That's because it ain't there.
Can you feel my financial security improving with every dollar you drop in that plate? Can you feel it? I can feel it. Do you feel it, sir? Are you feeling the Lord in you? Are you feeling the Lord in you? Today? That's the way you would do it to manipulate, especially, is you would call out individual people, put them on the spot. Yes. They'll either have to fake it or not fake it.
Every dollar you give to PKA is 2 more in your pocket. That's right. Woo! You come right back to you.
Every dollar you give, you get a bottle of holy water. Now you pour that holy water all over your bills and you throw those bills away because those collectors, they ain't coming. They ain't coming. No, this is literally a thing. I think it was like something Popov was his last name. He was this scam artist piece of fucking shit who took advantage of people who just wanted a better life for themselves. And he would sell people holy water. Yep. And then he would have testimonials. Where it was someone like, I ordered Jimmy Popoff's holy water and all my bills disappeared. They started sending me checks in the mail instead. All my power's free now. And like literally that level of lies and duplicitousness with these pastors. Like what these people do isn't just not Christian, it's fucking evil. Those pastors out there, if Christianity is real, guess what? You're burning in the lowest depths of hell. The lowest depths. You're a false prophet. You're a piece of human shit.
That's how I feel about
anyone.
Policemen that rape and like do bad shit too. Like
luckily all this shit's made up. So buy Kyle's miracle water today.
It may say Dasani, but it's got the word of the Lord.
It's just red. You don't even repackage it.
It's just Dasani.
Are you cursed with pepperoni nipples so large and disgusting you can't bear to look at them? You just put a little Kyle's miracle Dasani on them big old nasty nipples and they'll shrink down and be sexy.
I am not part of that. I have nothing to do with that.
That's right. What is not attached to the big pepperoni nipples?
Do you have a 3.5-inch dick hard? Well, then why don't you try fucking a bottle of Dasani holy water? Your dick will get so big it'll get stuck in the bottle. So pull it out quick. Oh Lord, I feel the dick growing energy inside. The Lord your God, Jesus Christ, had the biggest penis the world has ever seen.
Your dick would get stuck in the bottle if it worked. You have a real problem on your hand.
That's how you know it worked.
Well, that's part of the joke.
That's right.
That's right. I want to keep doing pasta voice.
Oh, your dick will be so big and your nipples so tiny, you won't believe your eyes.
Does your bitch have some big ass nipples? Put your hand up. Put your hand up if your bitch has a big ass nipple. I see a lot of hands. I see a lot of hands in the house tonight. You want some Dasani holy water? Get those nipples little. Say, Lord, give me those little nipples. Lord, give me those little nipples.
Give it to me, Lord. Itty bitty nipples, give them to me, Lord.
Ghost nipples. Itty bitty ghost nipples.
Woo! Ghost nipples in the house, Lord. I feel the power of the Holy Ghost.
No, these are Holy Ghost nipples. Oh, that's so dumb.
I don't care if it hurts your feelings.
Let's get Woody's dad on the show about our interpretation of this epistemology.
So I have a super garbage man. Let me tell you about this guy. All right. So I live out in the country, middle of nowhere, as you might imagine. And there is city trash service, but I have a gravel driveway. And dragging that dumpster down to the end is just not going to happen. It would be awful. Like it would be physically hard. Like it would be a chore to get that thing down there. It'd take half an hour. So I had trash service for a while, but I was just not getting it done. The trash was piling up, and I'd have to haul it off myself. So I had to hunt down a super garbage man. I needed a guy who would drive to my house once a week, all the way down my driveway, come to my door, and take the trash that's piled up there and take it away from me for a fee. And I was looking high and low for this, and it was going to be expensive. There was one service that would actually give me sort of a miniature dumpster that was like the size of this couch maybe. And I was going to be like $2,000 to start things off, and then we'd go monthly from there. It was absurd. It was like, what is this shit? I just want my trash gone. How do I make this happen? And I found it. This guy is like his own personal trash service. Basically, he's like, hey, you want somebody to come get your trash? All right, then.
Wow.
$20. I was like, well, how much, man? How much? And in my head, I'm like, name your fucking price, bro. It's like I feel like a slutty girl, like, you know, with no ride home. I'm like, I could maybe, you know, and I'll do anything he wants. He has me at his mercy. He says, $20 will do it. And I'm like, a week? And I'm completely serious. He goes, of course not a week. A month, you know, a month. I just come. He goes, I'm just going to come once a week, you know, just once a week. And I'm like, is there an option for daily trash service? So he actually does. He comes all the way to down the driveway. He gets the thing and takes it away. And the thing about it is, I've had this issue where this neighborhood dog has been coming up and ripping these bags of trash apart.
Kill the dog.
And there will be maggots and rotted meat and just the grossest, trash that you can imagine. It's refuse.
Yeah.
Everything's covered in coffee grounds and like raw chicken juice, etc. So it's nasty.
Lovely smell.
And I'm looking at this awful mess, and I'm like, shit, I gotta clean this up. This is the thing I hate doing in the world the most. Is cleaning up gross stuff. Like this is below me, quite frankly. Like I don't, look. I didn't just say that like it's below me to do my own dry cleaning. It's below me to clean rotten meat up out of my yard.
Sadly, that's directly my level at my house.
And I think you guys have a low opinion of yourselves if any of you don't think that you're above cleaning up rotten meat out of your yard. You all are. All of us in this call are, goddamn. So, but I had to, right? I was like, tomorrow afternoon, I'm gonna go to my dad's house and get like a hay fork or something, and I'm gonna get this thing done. The garbage man shows up at like 6 a.m. when he's not supposed to, a day early. He cleans it up for me, bags it all up, and I mean every bit. I mean, there wasn't like a tampon wrapper or like the gross, like some dirty like dog shitted toilet paper. Like he got every scrap, every little bit of like filth he could find. My yard looked cleaner than before this whole thing
started. It's like twigs and leaves cleaned up.
Yeah, he's done that twice now. And it's not that I leave this mess to him. I would never do that. I felt shitty about it, and I tipped him. I gave him $40 last time he came around. I felt shitty about it, but he shows up like a day early when the dog happens to rip. It's like he knows. It's like he's coming by checking on my garbage in his off time, and he found that there was
he can sense it. He can sense it.
He's a Jedi.
He's got someone doing recon.
and he's the best. And
Hal needs me right now.
yeah,
I'm gonna get my boy and drive up. Something's wrong right now.
And he's just the nicest, sweetest guy I've ever met. But that dog ripped my trash apart for the third fucking time. This time, Kitty actually cleaned it up. So now the dog's got to go. The dog's got to go. I'm hunting the dog at this point. Now I'm done. Now I'm a dog. I am a dog hunter now. There's no question over what's going to happen to the dog. I've already decided. I'm just waiting on him to come back.
How did you find this garbage guy?
I honestly don't remember. I think maybe my dad recommended him, or he's a friend of a friend, or something like that. To be completely honest, and I only say this because I'm positive he'll never listen to this. Yeah. He's a bit slow-witted. Not that you'd ever notice unless you had a long, in-depth conversation with the man. Then you kind of pick it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And I recently came to the realization that he thinks that I'm some sort of a crackpot inventor, and that's what I do for a living. Because he thinks I'm like Doc from Back to the Future. He thinks I'm an inventor. He thinks that I'm coming up with all this crazy gadgets, and that's how I bought this house and these cars and all this stuff. And let me tell you why. Because when you come to my house, I've got gadgets sitting around. I have this personal tank vehicle. It's called a
shredder.
Shredder. It's a shredder like DPV or something. And basically, you stand on a skateboard, and it's got a gasoline engine. You've got a throttle that's connected to the base by a stand, and it's got 2 rubberized tank treads. It's a ridiculous toy. It's awesome. Just like a silly man toy. The thing's very expensive. So he sees all these toys, and he sees I've got these big ballistic gel torsos outside and stuff, and he asks me about them occasionally, and I'll tell him, I'm like, oh, well, this is ballistics gel. If I shoot, it replicates human flesh, and when I shoot it, I can determine what a bullet would actually do to human flesh. It's good for people who want to buy defense ammunition. Oh, okay. And there's piles of spray paint cans because I shoot those a lot. He thinks that I'm an inventor, and here's how I know. Because when I paid him last time, I gave him the extra $20 or whatever, and I apologized profusely for him cleaning up my mess twice for me, and I'm like, well, see you later. And he's like, you know what you need. I got an idea for you. Now you just get right on this if you want to or don't. I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing. I'm just come to me. So keep in mind he brings his grandson with him on these trash pickups to show his grandson what working is like, and that there's a hard side of life. And he has in the past said, you need to be like this man right here. Use your mind. You don't want to work with somebody like me. Because he's jacked. His arms are bigger than yours from doing the trash thing. And I commented on it, and he's like, he tells his grandson, don't listen to him none. You don't want big arms, you want a big brain. He goes on about this. So he's telling me, I got this idea. You're gonna love it. So last night was over at the house, and little Daniel, he's got that R2D2 beep beep beep, and that thing's running around there. He loves it, And I started thinking, they ain't got nothing that goes and flies for a minute and then lands back down. Now, that'd be a good toy. Now, if you could make that R2D2 toy where he'd go and kind of hover a little bit and then land, you got you $1 million right there. I literally went.
Blow his mind next week.
I literally was so embarrassed for both of us that I went, that's a good idea. Turned around and left. I'm pretty sure that if you had to ask him right now what he thinks I'm doing, well, he's probably working on that R2D2. He seemed excited. I'm telling you, I told him. Tore him off right then. He's out there.
You should just bring him in one day, show him episodes of Mythbusters, and be like, you see that show? I build all the props for that show. I'm in the background of every shot. Those are my gadgets.
No. You should have.
Millionaire.
He thinks I'm Bill Nye the Science Guy or something.
You're Elon Musk to him. That's what you are. Building your rockets and shit.
Nice. After you gave me that idea, you should have gone, great Scott!
You gotta show up with a drone next week. You just gotta. I made it.
Yeah, in my head, I was like, this guy's never seen a drone. I was like, I should go buy one of those $100 drones at the fucking flea market and just blow his mind.
You can freak him out.
I had a real uncomfortable thing happen to me today that I know has probably happened to somebody before, but it's never happened to me. I was in an office building taking a shit. It was like a big building where there's like lots of different bathrooms. It wasn't like I went into one area where there's just one stall. It was like a public bathroom, and I went to take a shit, and so I was in there, and there was nobody in there. So of course I took the handicapped space, and as I'm in the middle, actually no, I'm wrapping up. I hear the door open, and I hear the sound of wheels, and I'm like, must be a janitor or something. You know how they'll walk in sometimes and like wheel their shit in and be like, oh, somebody's using it, and then they'll leave. And then I noticed after another second, I'm like, it sounds like an electric janitor scooter or something. What could that possibly be? And I was sitting in there, and then like I saw the sound got closer, and I saw the shadow of wheels underneath where I was shitting.
Oh no.
And I was like, oh, I don't even know what to do. Like, I can't leave here in an empty bathroom and be like, no, I was just shitting where you need to. Sorry, I didn't want to be in the other one.
Is there a window in the stall that you can climb out?
No, I could see
it's an office building.
where his wheels were. And so I looked under there, and then I started hearing like a struggling noise. He had started opening the stall adjacent to me, the small one, for non-crippled folks. And so he opened that, and I was like, at this point, it's been about like 15, like I've been done shitting for like a minute, and I'm waiting for him to get all the way in there. And so I can like try and make an escape. And he gets like what I think is all the way in, because I look under and I see like, okay, there are shoes there. They're standing, so I don't know what the deal with that is. Like this guy, And so I start to open my outward door. Can't open it because his chair is there. And now I'm looking through a gap at his chair, and all I can see is him standing in the stall, struggling like a crippled person would, trying to get it worked out. And I literally, before he could turn back around, I slinked my body like through the gap and like quick walked out of there and was just like, sorry, and left.
Slinking through double proved you were not crippled. It didn't belong in that stand.
It did. I did not belong in there, but I couldn't even face the poor guy. Like I just had to yell like a meek, I'm sorry, as I didn't even wash my hands. I literally left and was like, I'll deal with E. coli. Hopefully that's not my own shit. That would be a wake up call. But I felt so bad. Usually uncomfortable situations make me kind of laugh. But no, that was. So here's a lesson to take home: is those aren't just comfy spaces for you to poop. They actually make those for people who need more space to poop.
Who knew that?
Is this going to stop me? Is this going to stop me in the future? No, because I like my power grip. Like I like being able to really force it.
You take a wide stance.
I take a wide stance. I put both my feet up on top of the toilet bowl like this, and then I just shit down into it. A lot of splatter, a lot of spray. But that's the way people pooped in the wild. Did you know that?
That's true.
That you're meant to squat. And so really we make fun of China and India for being, a couple thousand years behind, and we should. But because our way is better. But it is technically the way you're supposed to poop.
They were pretty chill about that. I didn't feel like it was going to be a big thing. It was mostly just they weren't. Everybody, there were a lot of people with good sense of humor. Like some guy got his towel stolen one day. His towel, his bath towel, and you're assigned, I think, 3 brown bath towels. They're garbage. They remind me of the kind of chamois that you'd like dry your car off with, and like very not very absorbent, real rough, too. And pretty small. And if you like got them soaking wet and like wrung them out, brown liquid would come out because they were like, dyed brown, and it was pretty gross. So, and I always thought like, I bet I'm just like rubbing a little bit of that brown dye on me every time I dry off. I'm never actually going to be clean while I'm in here. But you could buy your own towel from the commissary, and it was an okay towel, and I think it was sort of a cream color, and it was better. I don't remember what they cost. I didn't bother to buy one, but this guy's towel got stolen one morning, and he starts screaming, "God damn it, y'all! Who gonna steal my towel?"
My motherfucking towel was hung up right motherfucking here. I hope you know I've been drying my balls with that towel. I've been wiping my asshole with that towel. And now you gonna wipe your face with it? What the fuck is wrong with you? And he goes on like this forever, and everybody's screaming at him, ain't nobody gonna bring your towel back. Just let it go. Let it go. They ain't bringing it back. Not now that you done made a big deal. He's like, I ain't making a big deal. Maybe you accidentally grabbed my towel. I hold no ill will toward you, towel man. Please bring me my towel. And I'm like, God damn, I don't even, if you want one of mine, like he wanted it so bad. And then like 10 minutes later, he goes, excuse me, everyone. A little embarrassing. I found the towel. Sorry about all that.
That's pretty cool of him, though. Did people laugh? Like, how did it go?
Yeah, everybody's laughing their asses off at him. Yeah. He was all right. He was in my drug class. He sold crack on the outside.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah, he was working on it.
Yeah, nice guy. He had gold teeth. Yeah, it was
He was a successful crack dealer.
He had a good sense of humor. Yeah, he really did.
You glossed over something else. The currency you said that you use in jail.
You said it was fish.
Mackerel fillets in a tear-off pouch, like you can buy Starkist tuna in those pouches.
Is it like I don't know this pouch? I'm picturing like an Altoids tin. Am I close?
No. It's a metallic pouch it's got a gusseted bottom, so it'll stand up, and then the top just
like a big Capri Sun.
Yeah, sort of like that. If you just Google like tuna pouch, like you'll see it. Like it's
so. Why did you use those as currency?
I think. I don't know, but my best guess is that they were one of the more affordable items. They were 70 cents a pouch, and it's one of the fewer meat items that was on the commissary list. And it just seemed like, I don't know, that's how people did it. You know, they were like, I'll do this for 3 max. How many max you got? You know, it was always about how many max you had. And I didn't even, and I was just like, I don't have any max because they're fucking disgusting. And I don't want any either. I don't want any. Like I ate mackerel one time when I was there accidentally. My friend made me this bowl of food. It was like mashed potatoes, rice, and meat with like vegetables in it, like peppers and onions. And I'm eating it, and I thought it was chicken. And I'm like, when was the last time we had chicken? 4 days ago? I mean, he's eating it. He knows best. I guess.
It has scales on it.
Yeah, like what's all this black connective tissue? I guess that's the bad part of the chicken. But I mean, who am I to? Beggars can't be choosers, you know. And I ate like 3 bites of it, and my next door neighbor goes, "You eating tuna?" And I'm like, "No, I'm eating mackerel." And I just
mackerel is so
it.
cheap and shitty.
It is. It's actually really cheap. My girlfriend has those pouches. They're the Starkist pouches. That you can just get those and eat them, but I would assume it's probably a more generic version of those in prison.
Absolutely, I wanted the chili that we had in there. It's Brushy Creek brand chili in a pouch. I loved it. It was fucking delicious, and I want to eat it on the outside now. It was so goddamn good.
Oh wow!
It was like $9 a bag to order some or something stupid. I think I found it for $4 a bag, but you had to buy a bunch of it too. And I'm thinking like it was $2.40 in prison. It was $2.40 in prison. How are you going to charge me $4 out here?
It's $4.40 on this website.
I was going to ask that, Kyle. So, commissary prices. Let me back up a step. Prison income is very low. You guys are working sometimes, not you, but the guys are working for less than $1 an hour. I think
8 cents to 20 cents an hour, somewhere in there, depending on the job.
So the prices in commissary, did they scale down at all, or would you find
up? Yeah, things were more expensive than they were in the grocery store.
Could be like 30 hours of work or more.
I wish I had a commissary list. I should have brought one because I didn't consider the prices. You may be able to look it up online, but I didn't really care because, like, you know, I'm going to spend what I'm going to spend. If I need toothpaste, well, spare no expense.
I want to see my commissary money, making it rain.
Yeah, I'm like you at the fucking movie theater. I'm just fucking Ike and Mike's, fucking Reese's Pieces. Let's fucking go, baby. Yeah, I want the large cherry Coke. So you know, like I remember I had this St. Ives like face moisturizer, and it was like $11 for this jar of it, like that big. I was.
Are you gonna not face moisturize?
Yeah, I'm not.
Listen, you gotta look your best.
I got a gay neighbor who I'm trying to impress.
You know, like, and nobody would like think twice about that because everybody did it. Everybody is like moisturizing and like trying to look their best.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm putting something together that's a little racist here. I think that black people are more moisturizing people.
Yeah,
well,
they
Bill Burr
grease
had a whole
up.
bit about that. About white people need to start using lotion because it'll do wonders for your skin.
I would, you know, there's no privacy. So without staring, you become very aware of your neighbor's daily rituals and like what they put on themselves and what they do and
I'm laughing
how
at your kerosene guy.
Yeah, I'm about to talk about him. That fucking Gregory Milton, the guy I bunked with, this 50-something-year-old black fella who's got a huge bald spot on top, and it's like bald here too. He's rubbing this shit in his hair. He's got 3 goddamn jars of it. It's called like Fresh Grow Organic Scalp and Hair Treatment or something like that. And I got a good look at it one day, and it looks like a clear gel with bits of plant matter in it. And he'd get himself a big goop of this shit and lather up, and he'd start rubbing it into his scalp and his hair, and it would wake me from my sleep.
A clear gel with bits of shit. It's like a chia pet baldness cure.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's trying to grow his hair
He's doing
back.
his best, yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to grow his hair back.
Prison took everything from him, but
All
it
right.
didn't take his ability to grow back his hair.
All right, silly. Greasing my bald head up. Gonna grow it back. Hell yeah. Super freak.
This
Gonna
guy
get out
narrates
this bitch.
everything he does.
He narrates his whole life. And mine.
How did it smell? It must have smelled.
It smelled like the big fat permanent markers that you can get high off of mixed with
Hell
kerosene.
yeah.
Yep.
It was a very chemically alcohol, like gasoline kind of smell, very potent. I think he could have gotten high off of it. It was awful, and he'd put it on 4 or 5 times a day at least.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
Because he
Wait,
worked out twice a day and and sometimes 3 times a day, and he was always just like coming back in to like wash up and put more on. Thank God he showered well
Pretty
because
buff.
he stunk. He ate a lot, so he was maintaining
Little
like
country strong, maybe.
yeah,
kind of
you know,
strong.
and he's in his 50s, so like, you know, he looked fun. He looked pretty good for being his 50s.
You got a
and
dad
everything.
bod, yeah?
Yeah, I would say so. Like kind of a big chest, you know, like a muscular chest, but a little bit of a belly at the same time, and like you know, big shoulders. Not overweight, but not ripped or anything. He ate a lot, like always eat.
The most important question here: Did his hair grow when you were in?
No. If anything, he was losing it. He was.
That was
Because I got a
the guy
perfect
lost.
angle. I'm up above him in the top bunk, looking down at this back of this guy's head. He would just get up at night and stand there staring at his locker sometimes for like 10 minutes, and I'd just be like,
Yeah, what was he doing?
Here I am staring at my locker. Just staring at it. You know?
"Can't go to sleep, can't get away. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
Staring at my
Life's a
locker,
big
thinking
joke."
about my cute white cellmate. I want to know about the commissary shit. Like obviously, it seems like most of it was like small time, just amenities. Like I need toothpaste, I need a toothbrush, I need Max. Was there any like really big dick stuff that if you were
Big-ticket
walking
item.
back from there, they're like, he got a George Foreman grill, son of a bitch. Like any kind of stuff like that.
Yeah, sunglasses were $55. I had me a pair right away.
Hell yeah!
Fucking Men in Black style. Fucking, because I don't go out in real life without sunglasses. Like I always wear sunglasses, and that was a big problem for me when I first got there because I couldn't get the sunglasses right away because of the spending limit. I just didn't have enough money to get food, clothes, and sunglasses, so I had to wait a week to be able to get them. And my eyes were so goddamn bloodshot that the nurse tried to have me piss tested because my eyes looked like I was on drugs. And but the guard, I explained myself to the guard, and he was like, "Oh, all right, well get out of here then. You're not on drugs." I'm like, "Yeah." Can you tell? If I was on drugs, I'd really be enjoying it, though. I wouldn't be this upset if I were on drugs. I'd love some drugs, but I'm not. I'm not on any drugs.
Did you partially get the glasses just to rank up your RPG character to make yourself look a little more senior in there?
No, I thought they made me look goofy because there were those lame like Nike sports sunglasses. I wore them for like sun protection.
I pictured like Ray-Ban Wayfarers. Like, am I off?
Yeah,
That's
I would
even
have
more
loved
expensive.
Ray-Ban Wayfarers. That's what I wear in real
That's
life.
what I choose. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the
No,
most
they were,
expensive thing you could get at the commissary?
I think it may have been the MP3 player. The MP3 player was probably close to $100, and the radio was like $70. And I got a good pair of headphones. I think the brand is Core, Korr, and they were like $30 or something like that. So your headset and radio of choice would be around $100 to $120. So they would get stolen occasionally. People would steal them, and so I kept.
So like, how'd you get music on it? Like, you know?
Yeah, you go over the computer and you download whatever you want, like gangster
really?
rap or whatever. Yeah, I used a radio.
Or
How does it?
I didn't get into that because I used a radio. I didn't care to like.
How does it get
I just
stolen? Like in my head, I take
What do you mean,
yours.
how's it get stolen?
Let me explain. I take Kyle's stuff. Well, there's Kyle's shit sitting by my bed. Like if I'm gonna
Your shit
steal
looks
from
like
someone,
well, it's not like you get different brands or colors,
and you
all look
can't
the same.
distinguish it. You can't like take a Sharpie to it or a
Scratch it.
scratching.
That'd be smart to do, but this guy
also-
hadn't done that.
Also, though, like if you left, for example, let's say you left your MP3 player like on your bed, could somebody else get into your cell while you were gone?
Oh yeah, there's no cells. These are bedrooms separated by block walls that don't go to the ceiling. Like you just walk right in. There's no door to your cell at all.
Got it.
So
Got
like so you lock your fucking locker. I locked my locker up.
Have you guys ever got like done something like benevolent or nice, like little like more than common courtesy, and just by happenstance you get like you get something out of it where like you look really good? Because most of the time when you do nice things, nobody notices, and you can't bring it up, or people will think you're a cunt, which is true.
Yes, only because you are.
It's true. That is. But I had like the most perfect like little thing happen. Like this past weekend, I was hanging out with some friends and a couple of girls at a bar, and it was getting late, and I was like, all right, I think I'm gonna head home. And so I was heading home, walking back to my place, and I passed this homeless guy. He was like, sir, I ain't asking you for money. I just want some food, man. I'm so hungry. And I was like, you know what? Let's get some food, man. And so I started walking with this homeless guy. We were chatting. And I took him to a corner place and just like told him, get whatever you want. You want a couple sandwiches or chips or, a hot meal, whatever. And so I just let him pick it out. They started making it. I bought it for him. And as I was leaving with him, he had his shit, and he was like being all thankful, like thanking me, being super nice, like kind of following me back towards where I was going. Like I was being very polite. We passed some of the girls that I was hanging out with earlier that night, just by random chance, and it made me look like the best Samaritan ever, because here I am with food that I bought for this homeless guy after I was like, God, I'm getting tired. I got to go home and go to bed just like 20 minutes before. And they're like, oh my God, did you buy that guy like some food or something? I never
did
do
that happen,
that.
or can we tie this back to the previous conversation where they're not really thinking about you?
No, this happened. This actually happened.
The second part, though, they did notice. Okay.
They did notice because like they were like, I was walking by with and it worked even better because I didn't notice them standing on the sidewalk. I got like 2 feet past them with Mr. Black, now hunger satiated homeless guy, and Rufus. They go, yeah, Rufus, DJ. Was his name. Oh. And they're like, Taylor, are you? And then we had a little talk again, and there you go. I looked fucking great. Like, I'm gonna start doing nice things so much more on the off chance that it gets me laid. Like it's
just fake nice things to do, like have someone cosplay as a homeless man.
I'm gonna hire DJ.
Maybe you hire DJ. Here's what DJ can do for you. You hire DJ to come in and accost some woman, like get all crazy in her face, like, give me $1, give me $1.
You're gonna die tonight, bitch.
and then you swoop in like, hey, get out of here, you leave her alone, or I'll kick your ass.
Marty McFly in this scenario.
Yeah, exactly. You and Rufus could have a real nice thing going on. Rufus gets all the hot sandwiches he wants, and you get all the hot pussy you want. He probably lives down there on the street under your window somewhere. You could just be like up in your window, like, Rufus, the blonde. And while he's accosting her, you're running down the stairs to go like save the day, dude.
I could hire a whole mini cabal of the homeless, and because I don't want to use the same
intimidating looking.
His name's not fucking Rufus. It's
DJ.
It's DJ
Rufus.
And Rufus is like 6'3", and he, to be fair to Rufus, he was definitely a heavy enough guy that this probably wasn't the first sandwich he'd had that day.
Oh, this is perfect. A guy even bigger than you, and you come in like, hey, you leave her alone. Get out of here, you. I'll kick your ass. And, dude, you and Rufus could have the greatest symbiotic relationship of all time. Like he just gets. I would make this happen. I'd be like, yo, Rufus, would you accost pretty white women for me? And I'll come in and run you off, and I'll give you $20 a day. How about
I'm doing it without you. May as well.
I've been accosting pretty white women for years now. Ain't never got a sandwich out of it.
You just go all over the top fucking racist with your sandwich and your shucking and jive, hand motions. Oh, that's funny.
You guys do some sort of like, it'd be some kind of weird handshake that like white people aren't good at. There'd be some wiggly fingers and some waves and like two slaps, like that thing. And then it'd be like pop, pop, and then there'd be a finger snap at the end.
Like, Rufus, we can't do this fucking 28-second handshake after every accosting. There are people catching on. We're working together. Bada bing, boom,
I fucking love this idea. I bet if you ran this by Rufus, like, all right, Rufus, don't do anything illegal, but, accost them a little bit, like angrily ask them for $1. And then I'm going to swoop in. I'm going to run you off. And meet me by the door later. I'll slip you a 20.
There's gonna be a hot Qdoba burrito right behind that tree, 20 yards there. When I come over there and I go, get out of here, Rufus! Stop bothering this sexy lady with her big, pouty blowjob lips. And then you run over there and you grab your hot burrito and you go, until next time.
Yeah.
Okay, this is happening. I need to find Rufus.
I fucking love this idea. You get so much ass like this.
I call him Rufus, and then he's gonna beat my ass.
No, dude, you can call him fucking Mr. Bojangles. He's getting like a Qdoba burrito.
He's a very, very sweet homeless guy from our one encounter together.
Yeah, they're all sweet until you start giving them Qdoba. Then they'll do whatever you want.
Yeah. You
could be like, Rufus, just beat her to death if she doesn't. And the ones who don't like respond to your. If you come and save the day and they're like, thanks, and just walk away, you'd be like, get her, Rufus. like she wasn't convinced enough. Like, get Rufus to go over there and start whipping her ass a little bit, and then you come in. Then maybe she's a little more grateful. Like, you escalate. You escalate things.
Maybe he injures her just a little, just that much, just enough to need to have to come back to my place for a little bit of very poorly administered medical care. Like, I'll just put a little bit of Neosporin on whatever it is, and then you go. And you start making your move. I
like it. Hope
you don't have any other infections. Yeah.
You buy him some steel toe boots with the implication that he kicks women in the knee with them.
Okay.
She's all limpy. You need to help her along.
I don't want to take him to the hospital though. How about just
not him? You're gonna take her to your place, and then you nurse her back to health.
You take me to the hospital. My leg's broken. That homeless guy kicked me.
And you can be like, that she's dependent upon you, right? Right.
Ooh. I'm nurturing that dependence because she knows if she goes back outside, Rufus is there with half a burrito in his hand.
Step 1: demonstrate value, right?
Yeah. If she tries to leave, you like look out the window, give Rufus the old wink. And then he starts like screaming and like yelling up at the window. And she's like, maybe I'll stay here for a while. Yeah, I'll walk you home in a couple hours, but I gotta work on my my medical thesis. So let me get back in here. By the way, let me bandage that up for you. You pretend like you're a medical student in this terrible scenario. That would be even better. See, that's how you get her back upstairs. Oh, I'm a medical student. I've got my bag upstairs. I could take a look at that knee for you that Rufus kicked with those. Those look like new steel toe boots to you? Yeah, he must have stolen them off somebody. Big violent guy. Yeah, I've seen him in the neighborhood. That's Rufus, the kneecapper. They call
Rufus the kneecap.
Yeah, he's crazy. They won't do anything.
A horrible guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he loves Qdoba. Yeah,
loves it. That's how I get my way through.
Burrito bowls. That's it.
What other fun things could I do with the local homeless? Because there are aplenty. What else could be done?
I would like to start like a homeless like doo-wop group, like get them all like doing that thing where they, for the longest time, looking in her eye, ooh, and then Rufus jumps in, ooh, and when I find you, I will be right behind you. And then they all sing as a chorus. I haven't been there for the longest time. And then they're just down by the window. You could serenade ladies with your
the longest for the longest time.
Yeah, Rufus is that low note for you.
Okay. No,
I'm not going to do that one. Who is honestly buying that big homeless man a brand new pair of steel-toed boots is going to be a better idea than trying to teach him to sing. 'Cause I don't know how to sing, and I can't imagine that's going to scare any ladies into my arms. You know, unless it's like really late at night and she's walking down an alley alone and she just hears the whoa, and then she looks around and it's four large homeless gentlemen. You know,
they're all snapping their fingers in chorus and like walking. Maybe if you got them to do what's the Michael Jack Thriller? Da, da. Oh, that would be great because homeless people look so decrepit and stuff. If they were doing the Thriller, like while the music,
I can get some of the more like methy looking ones for that.
Oh, do you have methy looking ones?
Oh, I'm in Missouri. Yes.
Of course, the Missouri capital of the Midwest. I mean, the meth capital of the Midwest. Yeah.
Yeah. I can tell. Lots of the homeless people here in St. Louis are fucking crazy. Like,
and you say it's funny, but yeah,
disconcerting.
they're like literally mentally ill. You know, they're
They're
crazy.
dangerous.
They could be
We
schizophrenic.
have multiple hammer-related murders here every year. There's a homeless guy out there, Rufus, perhaps, you know, who's going around with a claw hammer, beating the shit out of other homeless people, and every once in a while you'll see it in the Dispatch, you know, hammer murder at 4th and Broadway, and it's like, oh, again?
Yeah, they got rid of the asylums. I don't know what to call them as a budget thing. I think it was under Reagan, but I'm not positive about that at some point.
Police sirens go off 3 times an episode
for
me, and I just mute it every time.
Another hammering.
Another hammering. Another murder.
So how rough is the neighborhood out there, Taylor? The inside of your place looks nice.
Oh, it is nice. Like it, and it's not even that like where I live is. I mean, I live technically in the city, but it's more just like a safe area of St. Louis is like a very, very dangerous part of like Seattle or Portland or Kansas City or Raleigh or something like, but comparatively,
or any American city, really,
or most, like every time they make
or
like
Baghdad.
I'm so tired of like how St. Louis is only ever in the news for bad things. Like I saw another like
we have a
NPR
wonderful parking lot by the library.
Have
you seen the art?
Don't go to the library late at night.
Why don't they run stories on our parking lot?
But like they showed something the other day where it was like these like graphs of the most dangerous cities by continent, and I was like, please just for once don't have us on this list. And it was like USA, fucking St. Louis, right at the top. It's like, God damn,
you're number 1. Because I mean, I would have thought Chicago or LA or maybe New York.
Well, Chicago's so much bigger.
The per capita is not as bad.
Right. Well, the way they gauge it all obviously is per capita, and per capita, St. Louis is the only American city that's in kind of like the realm of Honduras average, and that's not a group you want to be a part of.
So you live in a shithole city.
Oh, it's an incredibly dangerous city.
I'm just going off
like
Trump's definition.
People will come in from out of town rather, and they'll be like, "Oh, I'm going to a Cardinals game. I'm going to a Blues game or whatever." It's until 2 years ago, I'm going to a Rams game, and I'm like, "Hey, that game ends at like 11 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful. Park somewhere that's really populated so that you'll be walking back in a big crowd." And they're like, "Oh yeah, I bet. Trust me, I walk downtown in Portland all the time." And it's like, "I bet you do, retard. You're in for a hammering if you don't walk back the right way." Like,
is it that bad? Because I feel like I'm an idiot from Portland in this scenario. Every time I hear about these like terrible parts of town or whatever, I look around and I think, it's not that bad.
I went to a restaurant 3 weeks ago. There's a restaurant here called Bar Louie. There's a bunch of them, or a handful of them. And I went to one of its more popular locations, like I guess it was like 5 weeks ago now. And I was there with someone, and she and I were sitting, and she wasn't from the city area. She was from further out west where it's safer. And we were sitting, having a beer, eating, and it was 8:45 at night, not super late. And out of nowhere, a giant group of hoodlums to the right who were eating next to us start sprinting out of this restaurant right onto the street. Like, it's a city area, so there's just a street and a bunch of cars parked and shit, and they run out there. And I was looking around, like, through the window of the restaurant, looking out towards them, like, what the hell are these guys running out there for? I look out there, and there is a big fat white bitch and a short black guy in a fist fight. And I go, oh, it's good that all these fellas are running out there. They must be trying to settle it down. No, they made a circle around the brawlers in order to make sure that neither of them could escape and that they had to keep fighting. And so they kept fighting out there. This fat white bitch, God, she took some Lozon-esque punches and kept coming back for more. This black guy decked her in the face to the point that everybody else in the restaurant was like, oh, shit, man. Oh, he ain't going to hit her again like that.
Did she outweigh him? Is this a big, white, fat chick versus a Cat Williams type dude?
They were both probably like 5'6"-ish. She was fat. He was not. He was like skinny, but like a little bit of muscle on him. This dude, well, to be fair, she was antagonizing just as much as him. But this dude punched her in the face, knocked her onto the ground. This lady in the restaurant with me goes, call the police! Call the police! He beat her up! And so people are calling the police, trying to get the police to show up. And
Are you on a first date in this scenario?
No, it was someone that I was fucking, and we wanted to get food afterward.
Okay.
And she goes down, stands back up like almost right away, which is remarkable. The dude's like hoodlum friends pull up in some ratty ass Chevy Blazer, but instead of him running over and getting in it right away, they continue to fight. She had both of her legs scraped to fuck, her pantyhose or whatever torn to shreds. She went over to him one final time after a few punches had been thrown, and this was, keep in mind, this occurred over the course of like 25 minutes. After like the first 10 minutes, it was like the police probably aren't coming. Like they got other shit to do. And so like he was about to go get in his car with the Chevy Blazer. He gets one foot in there, and she comes over and she's still doing her I fuck you, you hit like a bitch or whatever. And I'm enjoying watching because it's entertaining. And he comes over, takes his foot out of the car, walks over. They're between two cars, you know, like parked at the parking meters. They're right between two cars in that very small area. This dude gives like that sucker punch pop where he hits her so fucking hard in the jaw, she goes down, hits her head off the side of this parked Corolla or whatever the fuck, and then is just laying there on the ground, popped up again in like another minute. Good for her. She was like Pam from Archer. Like, just could take a beat. And the dude gets in his car. They start to drive away, and they're like flashing a bunch of gang signs and shit. And then like 10 minutes after all of this,
victory.
Yeah, yeah, I beat that white
Took that bitches.
Yeah, and then like 10 minutes later, I was like, you know what? I don't think the police are coming. And they didn't. They just never showed up. Bitch got the shit kicked out of her right in front of this restaurant, 8:45 p.m. in a large metropolitan area. Police never showed up because they're dealing with the hammer murderer or some shit. Like they don't have time.
I knew a cop, and he said that as you get wiser and you're a veteran, you show up to fight slower and slower. And I was unimpressed with his attitude towards this thing, right? There's someone that really might need his help, but he didn't give a shit.
Yeah, it makes sense from the perspective of keeping him safe, but it's totally piece of shit when it's like, yeah. you know, you're not a librarian, right? You know, you're a cop. It's your job to rush there and help people. Like,
yeah. Maybe one of those participants didn't want to get in that fight at all.
It's very odd for me to just pay it all in one lump sum and get it over with. Because like as soon as I got the bill for the fine, I like sent him a check for $5,000. And so my probation officer was like, yeah, and you're going to want to get your fines paid, you know, like sometime in the next 2 years for sure. And I'm like, I paid that before I went into prison. He's like, all of it? I'm like, yeah, I was in possession of $5,000. So, you know,
I'm made for distribution. You think I can't afford the fine?
I might have beaten that distribution charge, but let's just say I've got $5,000 laying around. That's not a good joke to make. That's all. That's a joke. That's a joke.
I made the joke.
He's got $50,000 in drug money laying around.
Stop! I have no drug money. I've never sold a penny's worth of weed. Look,
no. Technically, they were buying the box it came in. All right, they never sold the drugs.
Like I always say, I fully admit to buying all the weed I could ever find, but to sell it, that's like that doesn't even compute in my mind. I love weed so much. Like there's no way that you have enough money to buy my weed. That's how much. It's like offering to buy someone's children from them. It's like, all right, you got $1 billion? Well, I would never pay that for a child. I could get a Chinese baby for 50,000. Exactly. I market value of my weed doesn't even approach the value that I place on my weed. So why would I ever sell any weed? I've never had so much weed that I had enough to sell anyway. I've never possessed an ounce. I don't know what an ounce of weed looks like. I've never had more than half an ounce because I thought I was like teetering on some sort of legal scary level by staying under half an ounce. Like when I got busted, it was 14 grams, I think. Yeah. An ounce is 28 grams. And like they claim they found some crumbses on some jacketses back at my house. But like, look, I don't think they're lying about that. I'm sure they found something at my house, like some crumbses. But if I'd known I had those crumbses, I'd have smoked those motherfuckers up because I thought I was fresh out. Like there's no way I would have been picking up another bag of weed if I knew there were some crumbs back at home. You don't think I'll smoke the crumbs? I'll make tea out of the stems.
Yeah. Even if it just makes me feel it's just a little okay for a while.
I used to like clean my bong and get that black goo out of the bottle.
Oh, you were smoking res?
It's like tar, the consistency, like it's sticky. And like if I was
and it starts bubbling.
I would be completely out of weed though. And so like
it's not crazy to smoke tar. You have to understand I was running low.
I was out. and so like I would like take my like water pipe that had the accumulated goo in it and I would pour water in it and then I would shake it really hard upside down onto like a plate. And then like just like an old gold miner, I would like rotate the plate so that the water spilled over. And if I did it just right, the goo would stick to the edge of the plate.
What is that process called?
Panning. So I'm in the bathroom panning for goo.
That's not a very good turnout. This is barely enough to get high.
So you've got shake it all out into this plate and then pan for goo. And after a while, you've got like a plate that's mostly dry, but has like black goo all over the rim of it. And I'd be like, baby, it's time to smoke some goo. And she's like, not the goo. And I'm like, that's all we got, baby. We got to smoke the goo. And I take a razor blade and I do like semicircles, pressing really hard to like get all the goo and then like flick the water off the goo and then get it in the bowl again and then re-smoke that goo. And first of all, it's incredibly harsh. I'll admit, like I would cough and it tasted awful, but it gets you so fucking high. Oh, like yeah. Because it's marijuana concentrate. It's concentrate because it's like it's the remainder of smoking concentrate, and it's like been condensed down even more.
So I thought you were talking about so in college, I remember using like that flour, like the goo that would be in the flour if you were just totally out.
This is
trying to use that.
I want that story to be our first PKA animation story. It should end with that line that I just said.
You know, I saw something really interesting today that like I'd never seen before. I was getting gas at a gas station where I'd get most of my gas, and I was filling up.
I had to process that. Sorry, Taylor. So you get your gas at what kind of store?
I don't know why I included the details. So I was getting gas. There was this woman with Down syndrome in front of me with putting gas in a car. And I was like, that's really nice of whoever's driving to let her like feel part of the gang, like getting this going. I bet she's in there buying a soda or whatever, like, or he or whoever, like this person's guardian is. And so I was like, all right. And I walk in to get myself my Diet Pepsi. And I'm like, nobody in here. That's weird. And so I got my Pepsi and I walked back out and I pull my gas thing out and I see her. She'd already taken hers out. She's a couple steps ahead of me. And I was like, what's she doing? And then she got in the front of the car and drove away. And I was like, is this allowed?
Yeah.
Retarded people allowed to drive? I was like, this can't possibly be cool. Like, what? I mean, she didn't get in an accident from what I could tell, but
immediately
it is.
Like, immediately careen into
I looked aside and what? Really? It's like Interesting. I had no idea they were allowed to drive.
They totally are. They have to pass the same driver's test, written and driven like anyone else. And if they pass it, they get a license. And the other thing about Down syndrome that isn't widely known is you can't look at them and see how severe their Down syndrome is. There's a medium, and I think it's called mosaic Down syndrome, where some people look like they have Down syndrome, but they barely have it. And then the opposite is true too, where some people look pretty much like everybody else. They don't have that characteristic Down syndrome vibe about them, but they actually have Down syndrome.
Who's that comedian who did the bit where he's like, there's nothing worse than going up to ask what looks like a normal dude directions, and then you're like, hey, do you know how to get to IHOP from here? He turns around, he's like, oh, do you want to do it? And then you're like, what are you doing walking around looking normal? Get out of here. Like,
that's so mean. I don't like that.
Bad case.
I remember who that comedian
I go.
But yeah, I had no idea that people with Down syndrome could drive. I knew I'd never heard that term mosaic, but I knew that there was a spectrum of it, but I didn't know that any spectrum part was like so not impaired that you were allowed to drive.
Just a touch of the Downs.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like I've seen there was a guy who did a TV show. He was an actor, and it centered around him. I think he was the star of his own like TV show. He had Down syndrome. And I thought Kyle would know the actor's name immediately because sometimes he does. But that guy must have been memorizing lines and running a show and doing stuff that's a lot tougher than driving.
Yeah.
Running a show is maybe not the thing. But
the show was called Downtown.
Was it?
Was it really?
No, it wasn't. All right, I'm too gullible. I've got my own disabilities.
23's company.
You guys are bad. Well, I looked up Down syndrome TV show, and the first thing it says is it's about keeping up with the Kardashians.
That's funny.
It's called Life Goes On, I think. And the guy's name was Corky, and the actor's name was Chris Burke. But yeah, that guy, like, I don't know. He was the star of the show. He had a lot of lines. So, mosaic.
Yeah, there was a movie that specifically had like, The Ringer, when Johnny Knoxville basically pretends like he's retarded to win the Special Olympics, and he ends up befriending all of these people who are on the retarded, and like they're played by actors who are clearly retarded, but they're fine. I feel like they're what you described, Woody. They just got a touch of the Downs, and they know their lines. They're funny. Their timing is good. It's
because one of the guys in that movie has actual Down syndrome. And he has the look that he looks like he'd be severely impaired, but it was what he described that he clearly doesn't. Because he's in some old, that same dude is in some old like Jackass and Wild Boys clips where they like in the like Jackass 2.5 or whatever, where like they do stuff with him there. And he's clearly like impaired, but he's like cracking jokes like with them.
Yeah.
So
you might not want him to be a crane operator, but he can come up with a good joke and he can act, Plenty of people fall within that.
Like remembering all this stuff from school and like the bake sale reminds me of when I was a junior in high school. There was this like they had this like bullshit like cult, like if you were in Spanish or Spanish 2 or whatever, it was like Culture Day, and it was meant to be one of those things where like an easy grade boost where they're like, all right, we're gonna you get assigned a South American country and you have to bring like a dish from that or something, and everyone just did like boilerplate bullshit, like
Mexican
tortilla
corn,
chips and Mexican street corn, like tacos, like all of it was very normal stuff. And there was this one bit of a weirdo. He was a senior, a year older than me. And he was a very popular, like he was a popular kid, like state champion wrestler, like, or like in the top couple, like very, very good, like very popular. Like, and so you wouldn't have expected this from him. And he got assigned Peru or Brazil or something. And this motherfucker went to Petco and bought a guinea pig.
No.
Because in Peru, they eat guinea pigs. And he murdered, skinned, and cleaned, and then brought a guinea pig dish to school to feed his classmates.
This doesn't happen in New Jersey.
And as soon as it like got wind, that like, because he was telling people laughing, he's like, yeah, I got a guinea pig. And I remember people being like, did you fucking hear what Jared did? He went to fucking Petco and killed a guinea pig for this. And we were like, dude, this is I get he's like, it's kind of funny, but this is fucked up, dude. Like, I can't believe he slaughtered a guinea pig as soon as Miss Johnson or whoever it was, like, heard about that. She like came in, confiscated the food, so the death was in vain. And and like, if anything, let the people eat the food, like, so his death wasn't in vain. But yeah, he did get in trouble for. I guess it's illegal to go to Petco and buy something for the purpose of slaughtering it and creating food.
Are you gonna call the FDA? Fuck you.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
How's that illegal?
Yeah,
I bought it. I wasn't going to eat it.
This is perfect. We have an attorney here. This was some bullshit some teacher told me, and I've been buying it.
Yeah,
of
right.
course, it's not illegal to buy a guinea pig and eat it.
We have the FBI running DNA tests on the poo bandit right now. You believe everything those fucks tell you?
I'm a true fool.
Yeah, I can't like. Well, you can't go to PetSmart and buy an animal to eat. Why the fuck not? Like,
it could be animal cruelty. He killed it with a shovel.
Okay, that one. I mean,
I don't even know
what's the proper
how did he shovel it to death? Did he smash it with a shovel?
You strangle it while you look in its eyes.
So when you read the proper methods, they use they use a bit of legalese to describe hitting something in the head hard or removing the head from the body.
Like cocking.
Or they'll also use oftentimes CO2 is a fair way to neutralize livestock for those purposes. So if you did any of that stuff, you get around it. I know I've seen some of that paperwork, and it's like, yeah,
I'm looking at pictures.
Yeah, we just hit him in the head.
Have you guys seen this shit? It's amazing. It's a little fried guinea pig. It's the whole damn thing, but it looks like a piece of chicken.
It's like they love it in Peru. I just checked. It's Peru.
How do you eat it?
It's called cuy. It's deep fried.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or roasted.
I did not try any.
I kind of want it like Chinese food, like little pieces of meat, like in Chinese, like a stir fry. Some veggies and peanuts or something in there too.
Yeah. He didn't leave it on the body. He made it.
Oh, fuck off!
That's how it looks.
That is not how it looks. That has ears.
That has ears. That's every picture. I'm not even joking,
bro. It has ears. That's
guinea pig.
Its last thought was,
wait a minute. Is this fucking for real? I thought it was a joke.
Okay,
that one's roasted.
It's not a joke.
No,
Taylor,
this actually does not look like a joke. But like, what he did not cook it like this. He like did almost like pulled chickenish kind of looking stuff. That's why they didn't immediately know that he used.
Well, of course you don't just bring the carcass in like
until he bragged about it.
Look, I don't want to dog on it. Peru was it?
Peru. Yeah.
That they're gonna have to work on that one.
It's almost as bad as eating
if
dogs.
you're national, I'm okay with your national dish being rat, but y'all got to figure out a better way to prepare that shit.
That is fucking disgusting. It's got teeth.
Honest.
They've all got teeth.
What would you feel better if they pulled the teeth out, Taylor?
Yes, they cut the heads off and turn it into chicken and make something nice.
Dude, who gets my rat head then? I'm not paying full price.
Dude, I'll trade you my rat head any day of the week.
Who's the scoundrel running off with my rat head? I'm over here paying 89 euro or whatever.
You know that there's some like old grandfather in Peru who like swears that the teeth are the best part. Yeah.
Get the heads.
The same way like my grandpa who was fucking in poverty on a farm, like he still maintains that like pig feet are so delicious. Which I don't want to try that. I'm sure it's fine.
Look, all that connective tissue when you cook it down is very savory.
Guinea pig.
It's a restaurant?
Yeah. It's a restaurant in Peru. Advertising their guinea pig.
Can't even bother to like Photoshop the hat well.
No, it's like one of those Andes mountain caps. Like, oh man.
Dude, there is a very specific but somehow difficult to articulate aesthetic to South American photoshopped ads. Do you know what I mean? There's something about it. If I were playing GeoGuessr and there was a South American ad, it's because they're still really into
I can tell you tried medium.
Yeah, you tried medium. That shit is so gross. You should not eat guinea pigs.
I wouldn't mind eating that at all.
You go go down to Peru and you can just get it. It's all over the place. It's apparently very good. That's what everybody says.
Yeah. I bet it's good for you.
It is good, but as long as there's not like come on, take the fucking teeth out of there.
Well, you don't eat the teeth.
Then get rid of them.
Look, what if someone said that about crab? Like, Jesus, get it out of that fucking big cockroach first and put it on a platter for me.
All right, check in, mate. You're right.
Yeah, a lot of the ways I'm seeing is they shove a stick through the mouth of the guinea pig and they roast it on the stick, so that you just like that's how I would
like an ear of corn.
Eat it. Yeah,
you eat like an ear of corn. I got spine.
You know that like dudes are like, how many you want? 2 or 3. That's the conversation. It's like chili dogs there. They're like,
obviously,
how many?
You wouldn't just eat one if you're going to eat it.
And I bet there's a restaurant that has their own little spin where it's like, we cook the little ones. You get a sack full. That's how we get them. Like instead of Crystal or Jack in the Box, they sell you
it's like the veal version. They just hold
the little jalapeno rat poppers, but it's the little pink rats that
you just hold a pregnant guinea pig over a vat of grease and squeeze.
All right, well, I hate that idea.
Like 55, milliseconds of life before you fall in.
Well, I don't want to eat. I think I'd eat it. I think I'd be okay with it. I don't mind. I'm up for most things.
Would you eat that Filipino thing, balut, where they let the chick start to develop in the egg?
It's a duck embryo. Yes.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Really want good groceries though. I go to the DeKalb Farmers Market. I think if anybody's in Atlanta, go fuck. No, it's the International Market. Is what it is. And that's the coolest grocery store I've ever been in my life. It is so badass. They have everything you can imagine from everywhere on the planet. Their produce section is as big as a gas station. No, it's bigger. It's 2 gas stations.
Most produce stations are as big as a gas station.
Yeah, I know.
I was so underwhelmed by that. It's the size of a room.
They have tomatoes and lettuce.
Like they've got tomatoes as big as the sky.
Like
when tomatoes the size of baseball.
It's more than that. It's bigger. It's huge. It's huge. All right.
How many gas stations is it?
It's at least. I'm talking about the pumps too, though. Like it's huge.
How many gas stations is it?
1,000.
Whoa! Whoa! 1,000 gas stations.
This grocery store is even special.
Here, Woody, we got this grocery store here. They got all the vegetables. Tomatoes, zucchini.
All right, I'm looking it up.
Pickles, the rest.
This place sells Coca-Cola and Pepsi.
Believe it or not, you can walk to one more aisle. They've got an amount of chips the size of a house there for you to choose from. The size of a gas station, just the most mild comparison of any fucking produce department. Oh, I tell you, this shit was 15 by 15 if it was 1,000,000 square yards. They had vegetables I've never even heard of. You ever heard of a turnip? Not me. Man, they got turnips. They got something called a jalapeno. Don't even know what that is. Probably some Mexican shit. They got something called Brussels sprouts. Man, what a world. How many vegetables do they have? Oh, you're not gonna believe this. It's called a carrot. And they got fucking bags and bags of them all out there.
Mini carrots,
flush with carrots. They make little ones. Sometimes you can buy a bag of shaved ones. Man, how do they grow the shaved carrots?
They have milk.
Are they pre-shaved? Do they grow shaved? Anyway, vegetables. What else do they have?
What else does this magical grocery store have? They got everything.
They got this shit called kombucha in the corner.
Oh, could you do like a Google image search for the DeKalb International Market so I don't look like such a fool?
It's slower.
We're gonna have to reduce the pixel size because it's gonna be 1,000,000 billion feet wide.
What is it called? The DeKalb?
It's DeKalb. DE. I think it's how do you spell DeKalb? DECALB. Maybe a K. I don't even know. DeKalb.
DEKALB. No, that's the city in Illinois. Yeah, same thing in Georgia though.
And then International Market. I gotta go blow my fucking nose. I got tears fucking falling. No, look.
all jokes aside, although that was fucking hilarious. They have
Is it called the World Market?
look okay look.
DeKalb Farmers Market, DeKalb World.
This is it.
World. Oh, someone found it. Okay.
Yeah, he's
That is
I
a
just
good
sent
produce
you
section,
what-
actually. That's
okay.
pretty legit. I'm going full screen.
like, so what I was gonna say was like, I'm walking through their produce section. This and I don't recognize 40% of it. Like 40% of it is not like the things you're used to. It's all sorts of like,
What kind of wild shit they selling at the DeKalb?
I don't know, lots of weird melons and
How
long.
big are your
tube-
fucking gas stations, Kyle? That is an enormous gas station.
I misspoke. I'm high. God damn it.
Okay.
Are those no? Those have to be gourds. Are those bananas?
They have
No,
all
those-
sorts of like gourd like vegetables like that. Show us some more, Zach. Like, do you have any more images? Like, show the fucking meat. Show the meat section now.
Show some more. Zach. You have to show how big my fruit stand is, so people don't think I'm a retard online.
How far is that place from you, Kyle?
They got
40
pears.
minutes.
They
40
got
minutes. So it's not your local place, I guess.
No, it's where I go when I want to like cook for a girl or something, or like before I went to prison, like I made a few meals that were like super fancy. And
Dude,
so I went here.
Pause that. There is a broken child in a grocery cart and a father repulsed by it. Are you looking at what I'm looking at?
I see it. I think maybe the kid just fell and he's like, ah.
Like, what
Well,
is
you
that's
shouldn't-
not
you
the
shouldn't-
reaction to
you shouldn't
fallen children.
recoil. God, yeah. Woody, when Hope fell over like that, did you go?
I run.
Did you
I
go?
just let her handle.
How embarrassing!
That was kind of cringe.
Dude, bitch,
Kinda
little
cringe.
cringe.
That would be so shit.
That would be so. A parent telling their child that like acting out is cringe. That's the generation we're going to grow up with. Yeah, but you're right. That is what jumped out. That kid is flailing, and this is an unremarkable size of a meat station.
It's good, but not.
You're not seeing these pictures are
outstanding.
terrible. All right, so let me explain.
Is that guy
You're-
wearing a hoodie instead of a hairnet?
You're seeing a fraction of it there. You're seeing a fraction of it.
But
they have.
fraction is not descriptive.
You're seeing a fifth of the meat.
There's another whole gas station of meat behind that.
They have like they have everything. They have all these exotic things, international things. Like I don't know. I'd never been
carrots and tomatoes.
They had calf liver. Like I'd never seen calf liver or brains at a grocery store. They have calf brain for sale that you can buy, and like they have they have lobster tanks and crab tanks, and I think they do live shrimp too, maybe, or crawfish. But they have like every fish I can imagine.
Ooh, they got live crawdads you can get.
Almost certainly, they have everything. I've never
grocery stores have that. I feel like
crawdads live.
Most of them don't have
lobsters
crawdads
and
live.
stuff and live.
Oh,
I grew up in Ocean
lobsters,
City
yeah.
where that stuff was kind of normal.
Yeah.
Maybe it's normal everywhere. I don't know.
I see lobsters like in that tank sometimes when I go there. Being in the Midwest, if it's fucking in St. Louis, they must be around a lot of places.
Sure.
But
my favorite grocery store though, if you're in Atlanta and it's not too far away, definitely should check it out.
I feel like you're becoming a bit of an Atlanta boy, actually. Like you've grown to appreciate the benefits of population density. There's certainly some downsides, right? You know, the
cost,
the crime, the cost, the traffic, but there's some benefits. Grocery stores the size of gas stations, takeout, shit. Like, I don't know. There are some good things about being near dense population.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely like all the delivery options that you get, and I don't mean just like DoorDash, but just like having like your Amazon stuff gets there faster. You can get your groceries delivered. Any number of things are able to be delivered at that point, so that's pretty nice.
Tailgate. It was one of the first tailgates, and we were all going there, and so it was supposed to be a fun day. My dad wakes me, or I get over there and I sleep the whole way in the car until we get to the parking garage. And we quickly realize, as we're 6 levels up in this parking garage, like shit, this place might be entirely full. And then we started seeing those cars come back around and pass us, and we're like, fuck, we're screwed. We're gonna have to try and find somewhere else in the city. And then as we're taking one of those turns, we look straight ahead and we see a tall, lanky college student and a recycling bin with like those 4 circles that you can put plastic cups and stuff into. And he was just standing right in the middle of the spot. And my dad stopped, like we're probably 30 feet from him. And my dad goes, is that just a regular spot? Like, Taylor, is that just a normal spot? And I kind of like looked around. I'm like, yeah, that's just a normal spot. And he goes, well, get out and move that kid. And I was like, okay. And so I opened the door in the back and I lean out and I'm like, hey, is that a handicap spot? Like, I was trying to be polite as a way of saying, like, hey, we're clearly interested in being in this spot that you're just standing in because you're disobeying the conduct of society right now. And he goes, no, it's not a handicapped. And I was like, oh, okay, we're going to park there. And he goes, I can't, I'm saving it. And I'm like, nah, that's not how this works. And my dad said, he goes, Taylor, go move that kid in that trash can. And so I got out of the car. This guy's probably 3 inches taller than me, 4 inches taller than me, but very lean. I'm twice as broad as him. And I walk over to him and I'm like, dude, we're taking this spot. Like, that's the way this is going to go. It's going to happen. You can't just reserve spots like this. And he's like, I'm a pledge at a fraternity. I'm going to be in so much trouble if they don't let me save this spot. Please just don't take this spot. And I'm like, dude, I don't care. I don't fucking care. And I started dragging away the recycling bin away out of the spot. And he grabbed the other side of it and like gave it a little tug. And I quickly was like, no. And I put it over to the side. And he's still standing there. And I'm like, dude, please move. We're going to park here. Like, that's the way it's going to go. And he's like, oh, I bet you feel like you're a big guy right now, bullying someone who's, a freshman in college. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to be doing this. I don't want this to happen. I don't want to be in this position. This is uncomfortable as shit. There are people, mind you, this is before a giant football game in an SEC school. So we are not alone in this parking garage. Lots of people walking around as this is happening. And the guy, I give him like a very gentle, like push of the arm, not a shove, just like trying to usher him out like a crowd out of the way to let my dad pull in safely. And he bucks up and he gets all, I'm not moving. You're this is ridiculous. I'm going to be in so much trouble. He kept yelling that. I'm going to be in so much trouble if you take this spot from me. I have to reserve it for my frat. And I was like, no, you don't get to just reserve spots in public places. That's not how this works. And so I bear grabbed the guy around him and I pulled him to the side of the spot. And I thought that was enough because then my dad started inching forward and I was like, okay, the kid knows that he's been beaten. And so I let him go and he sprints back into the spot right up against my dad's bumper as my dad's like 2 feet into this spot. And he's standing there not letting my dad pull in all the way. And I was like, dude, come on. Like, I don't want to have to do this. You are making me do this right now. Like, you can't just reserve spots like this. And so I went over, I picked him up again as he struggled minimally. Not a very strong gentleman. And I carried him over and then just held him for the next 6 seconds or so as my dad finished pulling in. And then I let him go, of course, because I don't actually want to be doing this. And he turns around at me and he's all, oh, I bet you feel like a big man. Bet you feel like a big man holding me while you take the spot. I'm like, no, dude, like, I just am here for a football game. Like, I don't want any of this. This is so uncomfortable. Do you not see how many fucking people are looking at us? And my dad and my stepmom were still getting out of the car. And he goes, yeah, well, I'm real glad I know where you parked. And then I had like a public like freak out on the guy to the point that I could tell it was like when a dad yells at a kid how scared he was, where like it was resonating through the parking garage. And I'm like, did you just fucking threaten me? Did you just threaten my property in this parking garage? Are you fucking kidding me? What fraternity are you in? What's your name? And he's like, dude, settle down, dude. Like, I'm not gonna do anything to your car. I'm not gonna do anything to your car. I promise. I'm like, oh, after you threaten me, do I need to make sure you go down there and stay away from this car? And my dad got out and he walks up and he goes, click, click. He goes, all right, now I know who to talk about if anything happens to this car. And then took a picture of the guy. And then I just grabbed the cooler and left. And that was it. It was
that's vigilante justice, I would say. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, I hate that. I didn't know that was a real thing. I've seen that, like YouTube videos of that, of like those people who do that, who try to stand in a parking space. It's not like a seat at the movie theater. You can't do that. These are for vehicles.
Dude, and it's rude to on a busy day just say, oh, I'm going to save this parking spot. I can just save this like it's a seat at the movies or a restaurant. Like, no, dude, that's not how society works. You don't just get to save parking spots for your friend, your drunk idiot frat boy friend to show up later. If I have to carry you away, that's the way it's going to be. But we're getting this spot.
Do you think you would have freaked out on him as much if it weren't for your cycle that you're on? Do you think that you got a little bit of roid rage? Maybe, maybe
that could be it. I
Yeah.
just so roided up when my dad said, "Hey, get that guy out of the spot." I just thought, "Oh, this is what we play for." Drag it out, slam it, and
Let's talk about the time that you and Kyle wrestled outside the Denny's.
Oh, there's been many times.
There's been a
many
few
times.
wrestling matches.
Outside
Yes.
of many Denny's.
That's
I'm
probably
0
true.
5 at the Denny's in Illinois.
No one remembers when Kyle and I wrestled outside of a Marriott.
0 1 outside the Marriott in Illinois.
Undefeated outside of Illinois Marriott.
Good times.
That's my entire fighting record.
Yeah, we always had a great time on those trips.
Yeah, it was a blast.
I want to tell the story about that
I'm
involved
gonna look
marijuana
bad.
and an Applebee's, but I'm trying to
wasn't there,
tell
I
it
bet.
without upsetting
Let's
anyone.
forego that one.
Let me tell that
wait.
story in a way
I
that
think I
doesn't.
was
Weed
there.
out of an apple at an
I was a
Applebee's.
driver, maybe. Was this a paintball event?
Yeah, I'm going to tell that story in a way that doesn't incriminate anyone,
Okay.
except for myself and White Boy, who wouldn't care. Yeah, so like I found this. We were at paintball, and Woody and I were walking around, and I think I told Woody, I was like, I'd like to find some weed, and I was like, I don't know how to get it though. I've never been here before, and we see this paintball referee, long hair, like down to his shoulders, big
love this.
mustache.
That guy was awesome.
And I walk up to him like, "Hey man, I don't want to offend you, but you look like the kind of guy who'd know where some weed is." And he goes, "Hell yeah, brother." All right then. So like it wasn't long before like a 1/4 ounce of white rhino was produced at the hotel. And so me and White Boy are in the back of the van, and Gassy Mexican is driving that thing. And me and White Boy are in the back, and I'm breaking the weed up on a copy of Modern Warfare 2. and as I break it up in little piles, White Boy's rolling up these J's like a fucking expert, just like origami back there. rolling
Dude,
these
so I
bitches up.
wasn't in this car. I was driving. That was a van, I think. I was driving a smaller car, and like the legend of White Boys rolling made it to me. They're like, "Oh my god, all the windows were down. It's blowing everywhere. He's rolling. He doesn't lose a seed, like whatever you wouldn't want to lose.
You don't want to smoke seeds.
Like you wouldn't want.
He lost the seeds, but nothing else.
Look, I'm not okay. Thank you, Kyle. Yeah. He only let the seeds blow, but apparently he was like a savant at rolling these things.
He might have done it a time or two before, and so every time he rolls one up, he passes it to me, and then I light it, I spark it up, and I take a hit to get it going, and then I pass it forward. And because it's just he and I in the very back seat. There's like 4 rows of this van. I don't even know. It's one of those big ass vans.
Yeah.
Nobody can see how much I'm smoking, so I feel like I can take a couple extra hits before I pass it forward. We've got plenty.
For all they know,
anyway.
he rolled 1-inch buds or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not passing for it. It's just a roach. Really. Man, White Boy rolls them small, but okay, I'll take it. It's free. So I'm every time he rolls one, I'm going, and then I pass it forward. And so he's rolled like 3 or something like that. And the van's full of people, and the driver's not smoking, just to be clear. And but we're passing them forward, and I am getting rapidly way more high than I've ever been. And I hadn't eaten since like lunchtime, and it's dark. And I essentially blacked out. That's only ever happened to me one other time, but I essentially blacked out and forgot where I was. And
oh, I remember this.
At the same time, this is fun. It's such a stupid coincidence, but at the same time, Gassy Mexican, the driver, went the wrong way. He got lost, so he had to pull into a residence so that he could like do a J turn and like so he's literally pulling up into the driveway of a home outside of Chicago so that he can leave their driveway and head back toward where the Applebee's restaurant is. Well, I come to right about there while we're pulling up to a house in the dark, and I'm like, where are we? where are we going right now? Whose house is, where are we going? In my head, I've been kidnapped. And they are taking me to an abandoned house that I've never been before, and I don't know who all these people in this van are. But White Boy was like, no, it's cool.
we're going to Applebee's and we got a little lost. It's me and you and look, there's Taylor up there and Gassie's driving and everybody else is in the car behind us. We're going to Applebee's to get some appetizers. And I'm like, all right.
Anytime.
Whitboard was a good too high tour guide.
He was great. So we get out of the car at Applebee's and we start walking toward the door. And I'm walking right next to Taylor.
So explicit.
And I'm taking these high steps. I'm walking like this.
Oh, this was so fucking funny. His like knees were coming near the chest. He was walking like he was going through a swamp. Like, and we're just on the sidewalk going into Applebee's as he's taking these enormously high steps. Just
enormously high steps.
Maybe 8 feet coming into Applebee's. And I remember like walking next to Kyle. Like we were friends at the time, but not as tight as we are now. And we were just walking next to each other. And Kyle's walking like an absolute lunatic. And I just looked over at him. He looks over at me and goes, "This is the highest I've ever been." And just we continued our way in, and we got in there. And Kitty, we were all at this giant ass table on Applebee's.
Kitty,
and we're all sitting there. And Kitty, being astute, quickly realizes ordering it one by one is not an option for this table right now. It'll take forever. Like Kyle can't decide. Lots of people can't decide on what they want. And so Kitty just goes, just 2 of every appetizer. And the waiter's like, what? It's like for you or for, no, for the table, just 2 of every appetizer for the table. And that's what we did. And I think after that, she ordered one more round of every appetizer.
And we worked on it pretty good.
That was suctioned up like through a shop vac immediately. All of those poppers, those jalapeno poppers, all those fucking
mozzarella
skins,
sticks
all
and
the,
onion
the
rings,
chicken wings, the bloomin' onion or whatever their version of it is.
The waitress says, "What would you like to drink?" And I said, 2 Mountain Dews. And she says, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "I want 2 glasses of Mountain Dew." She's like, "I'll bring you a large." And I'm like, "Well, you're gonna see." Because I'm so thirsty. And she comes back and she gives me this Mountain Dew and she hands me my Mountain Dew and she starts distributing everyone else's drinks. And right about the time she finishes handing everybody else their Dr. Peppers and shit, I go, refill? I have just sucked the whole fucking 20-ounce Mountain Dew down instantly because I had such dry mouth from smoking all that goddamn weed. I was just I wanted 2, and so after that, she brought me fucking 2, and I was double fisting those bitches. And I don't know.
I remember being in that van as we were driving on the way there, being like, this is how successful YouTubers behave.
Impressionable young Taylor.
YouTubers. Yeah. I got
pretty much
by and go to Applebee's.
Yeah, I won't tell the other part of the story, but someday maybe we will, because some other shit happened that was. Fucking hilarious.
Very funny. Yeah.
I don't even know if I know this. I was in the other car.
Right. Who shit themselves?
It happened at the restaurant, Woody. There was a thing that happened at the restaurant.
Was I involved?
I'll write it in the chat. But yeah, there was a whole thing.
But that was a very fun night. God damn. It's a shame we're not doing those trips anymore. That was so much fun.
Yes.
Yeah, and that other individual started crying.
I don't remember actual
I saw tears.
I remember it a little.
We're not
differently.
saying his name. We can say it.
I genuinely remember,
Taylor,
but I'll tell you, he was
Taylor?
upset.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't like the way that went down.
Yeah. You have to go. Do you not have our chat open?
No, I do. I see it. I just don't get it.
Somebody else tweeted from somebody's account.
Oh,
no.
Yes,
it wasn't a tweet that he would like out there.
There was a flippity floop, and that's the way it went.
I was sitting at the end with it was me and White Boy and Kelly, White Boy's longtime girlfriend now, and we were gone, and we were like getting it, like the information of what had happened at the other end of the table with the drama, piece by piece, and I was like, I think they did this thing, and now that other person over there, he's crying. Look at her. And Kelly was like, he's crying like a bitch. And we're just laughing our asses off down there. We just had a real good time. That was a wonderful night. I had a really good time. That was awesome. That was a great time. We smoked all of that fucking weed up before we got there. We smoked 1/4 of an ounce of weed on the drive to Applebee's. Jeez. That was an interesting fucking night.
I remember how much I enjoyed all of the anitizers.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah, it was just really fucking good.
I
you know,
remember how good those boneless buffalo honey wings were, how good those potato skins were, how upset I was when it might have been White Boy, but we were both reaching for the last like jalapeno popper or something. And of that serving, I had noticed he had already had 3 or 4. It only comes with about 6. I had no jalapeno poppers from that one. And so I reached towards it and we did that kind of coy, like, oh, you take it. No, you take it. And I was like, no, seriously, White Boy, you take it. And he's like, well, okay then. And he took it. And I did the no, you one too many times. So missed out on that popper.
Yeah. I feel
Never
more comfortable.
miss out on the poppers, man.
I feel comfortable telling the weed stories now that like I can't get in any more trouble than I already have. The other hilarious weed story. I went to Vegas one time, and I hadn't smoked in like 2 or 3 months, so I had like no tolerance. And X-Jaws was in Vegas at the same time, coincidentally. Like I was there for SHOT Show, which is a big gun convention. X-Jaws was just out there. Like he was just staying out there with like Lil Wayne's cousin, whatever that rapper's name is. I can't remember what it is. And
Soulja Boy, perhaps.
No.
Oh, it wasn't? Okay.
Like Little Twist or something like that.
Okay.
And X-Jaws comes up to my suite, and he's got a backpack, and he opens up the backpack, and he's got an entire quart mason jar full of weed. And I'm like, how did you get that out here? He's like, I just went on Instagram and looked for hashtag 420, and then I just hit them all up. Anybody that had it, I was like, hey, yo, I want it. I want some. And he had like 3 ounces of weed, like a lot of weed. And he's like, you want to smoke one? I was like, I would love to smoke one. And so he rolls up a blunt, and I'd never smoked a blunt before. For Woody's benefit, a blunt is a blunt is like a small cigar, and the wrapper is also made of tobacco. And so what you do is you cut it down the middle with a razor blade. You get all the tobacco that's in it out. You refill it with marijuana, lick that bitch, roll it back up so it sticks together. X is learning too.
Yeah.
And then you have then you're getting a mixture of tobacco and marijuana at the same time. A lot of rappers smoke the things.
That guy that got killed by Taylor did too, right? Mike Brown, maybe? He stole the Swishers. Anyway.
Yeah, that's what he was up to.
Swisher, that's the kind of brand that like people buy to cut open, dump out all the tobacco, and then make a blunt.
We were smoking a Swisher. And so X-Jaws rolls this big fucking thing up, and we go in the bathroom of the suite there next to the door, and he's got his laptop opened up, and he's showing me what he's been up to when he's out there. And I think I've told this little tidbit of the story before, but it's important to know just how stoned we are while this is happening. Like a 12 out of 10.
Live streaming the whole.
No, God, that wouldn't have been good. So he pulls out his laptop and starts showing me videos of what his life is like now. And he's hanging out with this rapper, Little Twist. And Little Twist is like, I guess X-Jaws is holding a video camera, and Little Twist is taking him on like a Cribs style tour of his penthouse suite at one of the major hotels out there. Like he's got like the penthouse of the Rio or something like that. Some $12,000 a night fucking penthouse. And he's smoking a blunt in the video, and I know for a fact he's smoking the same weed that I'm smoking while I'm watching him smoking it, because X-Jaws is providing it. And I'm just like, oh, that's fucking weedception. All right, let's see where this is going. And he's like, yo, welcome to my suite. Instead of saying the N-word now, we say brother. And you go a little bit farther into the suite, and there's a cage, and he pulls a cloth off the cage, and there's a monkey in the cage. And he goes, yo, brother, this is my monkey. And he blows the weed out on the monkey, and the monkey goes, and it's a fucking jumping around in the cage and shit. I was like, he's got a monkey in a penthouse here right now? He's like, yeah, he's got a monkey. And we're
serious flex.
Right? And we're touring this place, and it's beautiful. It's like something out of a gangster movie or something like that. This huge sunken living room when the whole walls are glass and everything. You're seeing the whole strip. And you go back to a bedroom, and he's like holding the doorknob, looking at the camera. He's like, you ready for this, brother? Opens the door up. This is my lynx cat. Damn. He's got a lynx fucking pissing and shitting in a hotel suite in Vegas, and it's just over there. It's the one with the real tall, pointy ears.
yeah.
Potent
it's just like
piss.
It's just like you can tell it's thinking like, did I kill Little Twist and make it to the door in time? Not today.
Not
Let
one,
him
but
smoke a few
2
more.
exotic animals.
He had 2 exotic animals. And it was at this point where I start not feeling well. This is the second time I've ever blacked out in my life.
Did you see Justin Bieber tapes at all?
I didn't see anything. No, I
Did
didn't.
a monkey in a lynx?
I did not see Justin Bieber's monkey.
X-Jaws and Justin Bieber were hanging out together
They
at
were.
the time.
They
And
absolutely
I thought
were.
that there was some video, but I might be making some of that up.
Nothing that I saw. Nothing that I saw. But I mean, I know they were chilling together. And, X-Jaws was always telling me about like what it was like hanging out with Bieber and how he was kind of like a spoiled kind of, he'd be like real fucked up laying on the floor and he'd just yell like, sushi, go get me sushi. And somebody would literally have to run out and get him.
Damn, what a life. That's awesome.
So
That you guys don't do that now?
we do that.
Watch this. Watch this.
It's Postmates.
Matt, I want Firehouse subs. I'm kidding.
Italian.
So Matt's my
meatball.
my camera guy. Right.
So I start not feeling really well at all. And I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta go sit down, man. I open the door of the bathroom and I take about 2 steps and I collapse face first onto the tile floor, like whack. And everybody freaks out. They're like, ah, are you okay? Are you okay? And I'm just like, I'm okay. But I'm gonna lay here for a while. Don't take anything by that, but this floor is real cold and it feels real good right now.
Yeah.
And I just want to rub my face on this floor. And they're like, we're going to order you some food. I'm like, sounds good, but I'm going to keep rubbing my face on the floor. And I laid on that floor for a long, long time before I started feeling normal.
What happens when you smoke too much weed? I know what happens when you drink too much and you kind of get sick. You throw up oftentimes, things spin. Too much weed.
You have to smoke so much weed to actually have what I just described happen to you that it's not even financially viable for the everyday man.
Okay.
It takes a lot, and it really usually requires edibles, which are a whole other thing. Your liver's processing.
Easy to OD.
It's
OD
easy
is the
to
wrong
take.
term. Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty. That's what's the term I use. I'm like, yeah,
Okay.
I definitely overdosed on fucking edibles. I ended up vomiting. I vomited from edibles before, and but with smoking, it's like it's over in an hour anyway. Whereas like if you drink too much alcohol, it's like, well, here we go. I'm gonna be drunk all fucking night long, and there's no coming back from this.
That DMT, I'm told, is 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I get more perception of time and stuff, but I feel like I can survive. It's like some pretty yucky stuff for 15 minutes. 15 minutes isn't that long.
Yeah, I don't think DMT really gives you bad experiences anyway.
I may have mentioned this a while ago on the show. You saying, is it bad, reminded me. Did I tell you about what a friend of mine encountered, like this old woman in his old apartment parking lot who got injured, and he saw. So basically, this happened a few years ago, and one of my close friends, shout out Matt, and he was telling us all this story, and he lived on the second floor of this apartment building, and it was just a small, like, second floor and first floor, and it was a very snowy day of December or something, and he said there was this, like, really nice old lady that lived near him, and just, like, in passing would say hello and all that, and he said he was going out to leave one day, and he sees this woman like struggling to get to her car, and so he like takes her and like walks her up to the like handle and all that shit to like get her there, and then he says he turns around and she's like, "Oh, thank you so much, Matthew, I appreciate it." And he's like, "Oh, no problem, ma'am, take care, be careful out there, roads are dangerous." And he said he turned around and started walking to his car, and he heard a sickening crack.
Oh,
and this old woman had fallen, and he doesn't handle blood and stuff very well. And so he said that she had fallen and compound fractured, like shattered her leg right there in between 2 cars. And he walked back to check, and he says he had to like hold onto the car because he started to feel like he was going to vomit because she was all like crumpled up like a dead spider with a shattered leg there. And it stuck with me and made me laugh because he was standing there and he goes, and like I was just trying to think like, how do I keep it from being so horrible? And so she kept yelling, she kept going, "Oh, Matt, is it bad? Is it bad?" And I just kept looking at her and going, no, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not that bad. And so I had to call an ambulance and have him go there. And so I was like dry heaving, trying not to vomit as her leg was shattered, and she kept screaming, "Is it bad?" And dude, guys, it was so bad. And I kept telling, so like, yeah, he said he didn't see her anymore. So I guess
Matt, you suck.
he got her to the handle.
I bet Matt. You know what? I'm gonna make a business. I bet Matt doesn't throw things well either.
Well, I'll have to check with him.
If you had Matt throw you a baseball at the beginning of your friendship, you'd have weeded out someone who's not.
That'd have been a grounder.
The story before, but I had one of my first experiences that was like, somebody kind of taking me under their wing was this guy who took me. He needed someone to ride with him to another car dealership to bring a car back. He needed to go get a car and bring it back with him and return with the vehicle he was leaving in as well. So I go with him, and he starts telling. We get in traffic. He starts telling me stories. And they're rape stories. He's telling me about rapes he's performed, he's been part of. Like, not the kind where you, like, knock the girl out and drag her in the bushes, but, like some party sex that just went a little too far for my comfort. And so later on, I befriended this guy. I'm not ashamed of it. He was a nice guy besides the rape.
So he was a nice rapist, one of the good ones.
Look, I'm just saying, like, besides his propensity to rape, he was a great human being. I helped him move. It was a good day. We drank a 6-pack after. Anyway,
maybe he wasn't that bad of a rapist. Just like little rapes here and there.
Was
like
he really?
like a candy bar from a store.
Well, you say that, but then there was another rape incident almost that I should probably spell out as well. I've probably told the story to some, but he invites me to like a 4th of July barbecue, 4th of July. And in my head, I'd never been to one, honestly. It's just not this. It's the sort of like white picket fence bullshit that just my family doesn't do. Like some 4th of July picnic. No fucking way. We might get to have fireworks. That's it. But anyway, he invites me to the picnic, and in my head, I imagine, the stereotypical one. Like, okay, I'm imagining 2 or 3 of his neighbors that are like couples, like husbands and wives, maybe a couple of kids, 2 or 3 of our other coworkers, his wife, his kids, and maybe an outside work friend or 2, maybe some friends of his wife. Probably 10 to 15 people here. Lots of good food. Chill out, drink free beer. This is going to be a good night. I show up, and I've been to the man's house before because, like I said, I helped him move into it. I show up, and the windows have trash bags duct taped to them.
I use that trick too.
And he sort of ushers me into the house rather quickly, like come on, let's get on in here. And he has sort of a 4th of July meal prepared. There's potato salad. There's these little kosher pickles. There's tons of hot wings, like probably 5 pounds of hot wings. And there's lots of vodka, Stolichnia vodka. There's Nimirov vodka, like hot pepper vodka. Delicious, my favorite. And I'm like, so
rapist with the Stoli.
Yeah, I don't think that the lady was going to be getting any drinks though, because there was only one other person invited to the party, and that was the receptionist from the car dealership. The only other individual invited to this 4th of July shindig was the big bootied Lithuanian chick. No, Chechen. She was fucking Chechen, blonde hair, blue eyes, but she was Muslim, but had a huge ass. She's the only other person this motherfucker invited. His idea is that we pull some sort of tag team rape on her, and the windows need to be blacked out because his family's out of town and the neighbors don't need to be seeing what's going on. So keep in mind, this guy's like 42. Let's just, I think, yeah, he was about 42. Good friend of mine. And keep that in mind. Good friend of mine. Other than, he had told me the rape story in our first encounter together. But since then, I'd gotten to meet his family, his children, he became a sweeter guy in my head, just a funny guy. He'd always get mad at customers and shit. Nice guy. And then all of a sudden, rape time again. And I'm just like, damn it, dude. We went rape free for like 8 months there. here we are back where we started.
Was there a
man.
workplace sign?
200,
Like how many days?
240 days since a rape occurred.
So here's what I did. I texted the receptionist. I said, "Hey, party sucks. It's just me and him. I won't say his name. It's just me and him here, and I don't think anybody else showed. I think everybody bailed." And she's like, "Oh, that sucks. I'll probably go do some with my friends then." I was like, "Okay, yeah, don't even bother. I'm gonna leave in just a minute." And so I now she's avoided the rape. I don't say shit to him. I just sit down with him and we start eating pickles, hot wings, potato salad, and vodka. And
Aphrodisiacs.
And we don't stop until the vodka. And he was waiting on the girl to arrive, but I didn't want him to like get, to like try to find another girl. Honestly, I didn't want him to like realize that girl number one was out of the picture and start getting all rapey and start looking for a new girl to rape. You know what I mean?
There are plenty of rapeable fish in the sea.
So I felt like I was playing some sort of a anti-rape drinking game with this guy, where I've got to drink this motherfucker under the table, or he might go rape a neighbor. I don't know. And maybe he's like fucking Pepe Le Pew. Like he just can't help it. Oh, I must rape. I don't know. But I was like, I got to drink this guy under the table. We drank half a bottle of Nemiroff vodka, which if anyone out there knows where to find Nemiroff, it's honey pepper vodka. Please link me to it. It's my favorite vodka. I can't find it. It's my favorite beverage. It's delicious. Try it. It's the best.
PK subreddit link coming. I see it.
So we drank that whole thing, and then we drank half of another bottle together. So we both did about half a bottle of vodka.
And then you preemptively raped him. You got him. He wasn't
I fucked him right in the ass. I gotta say. He went
now you are the rapee.
No, but I actually ended up passing out and sleeping in his his kid's room, which is creepy as fuck. Because it was like one of those like race car beds or some shit, and I like had to scrunch up in it, and like everything was like a cartoon character or like it was a true child's room down to a T. Now I slept in Colin's room. It's not as bad. It's not on the same level at all. Colin's room didn't bug me a bit. I actually loved those like Lego guys that were everywhere and those little jitterbug things.
Yeah, you would have woke up the next morning and he would have been whispering like, "Good morning, Speed Racer," with his arm around you while you're laying in a little bed.
For some reason, he's got a bloody spot in his underoos.
Yeah, it was too much. I slept in my clothes.
Can I ask? Did he lead off like did he refer to that like as rape, or did he tell you stories where you're like, "Oh yeah, man, yeah, you fuck that bitch, right? Good job," and then you're like,
"But that was rape." Yeah, that's how it was.
Rape, man. Okay.
One of the stories was something along the lines of like, I don't know. I think the girl was like really drunk and they were fucking her, and like she was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna use a fake name, John." John is like, "It's not John fucking you anymore." Ha 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 ha. Right, if you're out there, Jeanette, I saved your ass, literally.
Well, maybe not literally.
No, literally.
So now, when you said she had a fat ass, was it like a globe, or was it like Kim Kardashian? She was hippie.
No, it just protruded. Back and away, back and
to the left,
and it was like perfectly shaped. It was like
was the silhouette on the side kind of like when you see a drop of water dripping down on a hot day, the condensation.
Yeah, it was perfectly shaped, like a teardrop. It was incredible, and she wore these incredibly tight pants.
Who is this we're talking about?
She was the receptionist at the car dealership. She's blonde hair, blue eyed.
The potential rapee.
She's got this sexy accent too because she's from fucking Chechnya or wherever the fuck, and but she would wear these white like see-through pants and no underwear, and you could like see her ass, and she made it so it was very hard to work. And my buddy, I guess, had enough.
So you might say that
wanted to put a stop to it with the rape. That's what he's gonna do.
So you think she was asking for it?
I think she was built for it. That's what he seems to be describing to me.
I'm just describing to you the kind of
when he lays out the curve of that ass, what he's trying to say is that she's built for it.
Built for what, Woody?
Built for loving. I don't know what you're talking about.
I can't believe.
I saved her. I saved from the rape.
You should let it go to your head.
or to her ass or vagina. You let it go anywhere. You saved her from that rape.
Yeah, I just got wasted and ate hot wings. It was honestly a great night.
That's
I really
best
enjoyed
way of
myself.
all the ways to prevent rape, like, because you could see the rape happening and jump on the guy and then you fight him and
Yeah, exactly. I thought I took the perfect way, right?
Yeah,
Right,
and it's a
you
very
got
true
drunk
thing.
and
You can
ate
have
hot
fun hanging out
wings.
with them.
You did it with
Yeah,
your brain,
rapists are very
just like
good
your garbage man
conversationalists.
said.
Absolutely. Like that thing could have went so messy. Like maybe he tries to rape somebody else. Maybe I'm like, dude, I'm not up for all this raping shit. I'm out of here. And he gets all offended, and then our friendship's over. And then maybe he still rapes somebody else. Or maybe like he, gets physical with me. Maybe he feels like threatened now that I feel that the rape is like a criminal action, and he realizes that, and he realizes he's not in the presence of another rapist, and maybe he thought he was, and maybe he gets violent, maybe he gets scary. I don't know. Best thing to do is what I did. It was awesome. We drank and had an awesome time with it. I had an awesome time with that rapist.
So I'm a little bit concerned that you still wanted to be friends with the rapist. Like, you're like, I know you're a rapist.
I'm lefty.
judging
I don't have
Kyle-
any rapist friends or black friends. Wow.
Yeah, you're judging Kyle and his rapist friends a little tough. He who is without rape cast the first load.
Cock.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It was
It's in
like,
the Bible.
I told our mutual friend about it, and he was shocked. And he was Lithuanian. And I just wanted to confirm that, like, this wasn't like an Eastern European thing. Like maybe they were all up for the rape. He's like, nah, dude, that's not cool. And I was like, yeah, right. He's like, I didn't know he was down like that. I was like, yeah, he's really down like that. And that rape game, he's up in it.
Was it one of those times where you have to, like, you're listening to him tell a story, and you kind of have to awkwardly laugh the whole time, and he's like, so I got this girl, and I'm forcefully having sex with her without consent.
No, I'll tell you that.
And it's just crazy, and she's like, don't do that, I hate this. And I'm like, oh, fuck you, we just had wings. And then
It was more like the girl was passed out, and they were like dragging her around, and like her head was getting bumped into the car doors as they were like.
So basically, this guy was just the way that's okay. Well, that's new information. So this guy was just a piece of shit all around, aside from apparently fun to talk to.
Yeah,
and hang out with for a night on a 4th of July. So you knew this guy was okay. This is the crux. We're going back to this. You hung out with this guy for a while, and you knew he was a rapist. I don't know. I mean, how many strikes do you have before you just cut someone out of your life?
I didn't. I already explained this. When I met him, he told me those stories, but then I got to meet his family and his children. And I just assumed that like those were old, there was like old country stories of stuff he did when he was a kid and stuff like that.
Well, everybody rapes as a kid. You don't count that.
Yeah, I'm kind of lining up with like so Kyle's got this rapist friend who he keeps in his life because he guy's got a lot of pluses that goes with it. But Wings of Redemption, he's out of there.
Oh my God! All right, first of all,
he would be a good friend.
Let me reply to this. This is two-pronged. So first of all. Oh my God! So it was a close knit community, This guy, there's a lot of turnover in the car salesman business.
There sure was.
6 or 8 guys
over and do unspeakable things.
Yeah, I get it. So six guys would get hired, and most of them would be gone within 3 months. That's just how it goes. So when somebody sticks around for a while, you kind of form a relationship with them. You're working lots and lots of hours a week, 60, 65 plus hours a week. You're spending holidays with each other, watching football games together. Like we just all became friends.
Someone that you spend 4th of July with, if you spend it with just one other person, is that person usually one of your really good friends, a significant other, or a rapist?
I already said.
Why do the two? Hold on a second. No. Why do the two have to be mutually exclusive though?
Yeah, why can't you have friends and family that are rapists?
Right, some of my best friends are rapists. Why can't I hang out with them?
Merker, I think you're being a little rapist-ist in this.
Yeah, I just
you have a prejudice, a deep-seated hatred towards rapists.
Do you think you're inherently better than them? What? Because they rape? Come on.
You know what? Hey, I'd like to thank you guys for calling me out on that because I've been trying to get a little more liberal and politically correct. And just because they want to rape, let them rape. It's not affecting me.
Right.
Just gallivant through the fields, rape away. But I'm going to be tolerant of it. What's the preferred nomenclature nowadays for rapist? Is it unwilling meat shot or something?
I think it's aggressive sexual encounter disorder. I think that's what it's called. It's aged. Or aged. Yeah, it's a disorder. It's going to be in the DSM-6.
I don't
It
like
is. I heard it was called like the "I gotta come right now and you're here" disease.
Right, but that's like grids with AIDS. That's the first iteration where it was kind of like, oh wow, maybe we shouldn't call it that anymore. So they're like,
And you know what? I think over time we're going to find that there is a lot of intrinsically very valuable culture within rapists, and then we'll have little parades support it.
My youngest brother, I can't believe I don't think I've ever mentioned this on the show. We had like field day kind. You know how every school has like gay ass field day shit where you go and do whatever.
This is like middle school.
Yeah, like middle school or high school.
Okay.
And but everyone in the in the high school is invited and everything. It doesn't matter if you're freshman, senior, whatever.
Right.
And they would have those, and like the families would come out because there would be like the school football game and such, and and everybody wanted to see it. And so there were little booths that you could go to and play games and buy. And there was one that sold goldfish. And I told my youngest brother at one of those, I was maybe 18 at the time. He was probably 9 or something. And I was like, hey, you should eat one of those goldfish. And so he swallowed, I bought him the goldfish, and then he swallowed it whole. He put it in his mouth and just sucked the whole goldfish down. I got a huge kick out of it. All my friends got a huge kick out of that. Later in the day, where I'm talking to one of my friend's parents who had an even younger daughter, maybe 6 years old. And he was like, fucking Susie bought a goldfish. We don't even have anything. I don't want to go to Petco and buy a goldfish setup. That's ridiculous. Why did my wife let her buy this? And I was like, I've got a solution. And so I called my youngest brother over. I was like, hey, come over here. And I was like, hey, Susie, can you let him see your goldfish bag for a minute? And I'd already told him what to do.
How old are you?
I'm maybe 17.
Okay.
And so he takes the goldfish bag, tears it open. Water starts to pour out.
They're horrified already.
They're horrified. Little girl's probably trying to grab for it, but I was fixated on what he was doing. He reaches in, grabs the goldfish, and goes, and just swallowed it whole right in front of this little girl who had just bought a goldfish. And then she was crying back to her dad to be like, can I buy another goldfish? And he said no.
I bet he was low-key happy you solved his problem.
Wait, are you telling me your brother ate an actual live goldfish?
Twice.
That was the second one that he'd eaten that day, and he ate a third later because he'd realized that it got him attention. Because people were like, hey, like my friends, I told them that story, and they were like, hey, they came to my little brother and were like, hey, here's another goldfish. Will you eat this? And so he was like, yeah. he ate a third one. He ate 3 live. My youngest brother at a field day ate a bunch of live goldfish because I coaxed him into it and swallowed them all whole.
Oh my God.
And he ended up being fine. So
and he ended up being fine.
Like there was this guy that used to work with us named J.D. Hancock. He was very unseemly looking individual. Okay, all of this man's teeth were rotted out of his head, like worse than you know who. Like they were missing. This guy would get a hot dog for lunch. We often went to a hot dog stand for lunch, during our lunch break when working with my dad. And we would all get hot dogs. He'd get his in a bowl so he could cut it up with a spoon because he couldn't chew it. Very disgusting, alcoholic, kind of almost hobo type man. He knows he's not supposed to shit in my dad's house. My dad's told him he's not allowed to shit in my dad's house. One day, he's cutting the grass, and dad's not there. Mom's there. And he knocks on the door. Says, hey, could I use the bathroom? And she says, of course, use Lamar's. And he shit in Lamar's toilet. And he shit on his toilet seat.
Oh, wait, how'd he do that? Was he hovering?
That is not the first time I know of him shitting on a toilet seat. There was an old country store not too far away that we used to go for lunch. That's where the hot dogs were. And the lady who owned it, her name was Rebecca, I believe. And she was an older lady in her 50s, very nice lady. She cooked the hot dogs. They were delicious. She had a bathroom in the back. And we were all allowed to use this restroom, but it was sort of you used that restroom the same way you would use a friend's restroom.
Mm-hmm.
If you peed on the toilet seat or on the rim or something like that, you got some toilet paper and you cleaned it up beyond reproach.
Unwritten rule.
JD shit on her toilet seat too, and somehow sat on it and smeared it about a bit. Then he came back out. Keep in mind, in this old country store, there's a big table, lots of chairs sitting around it. We'd all sit around it, eating our hot dogs and talking, and it's a store, so anything you'd want is right there. It's kind of a cool environment. We're all sitting there hanging out talking. Now, JD wasn't allowed to sit with our group, of course. He had to sit by the...
He sat with people that shit on themselves.
He sat to the side by the video poker machines, where a spot usually reserved for children. But you didn't want to eat. We didn't want to watch him eat, man. I'm telling you, it was like watching a pig munch on slop. It was very disgusting.
Oh man!
So he had went. So he gets up. He's I'm gonna walk on back here and use the bathroom. So he goes back there, uses the bathroom, comes back. Nobody thinks anything about it until Rebecca goes back there. I suppose she was also going to use the facilities, and she came out and she let him have it in front of about 14 of us. JD! Yeah.
Like a puppy.
What? Like he didn't know. He just shit on somebody's He's like, you shit on the toilet, JD. That's what. Now you go back there with that bleach and this scrub brush and these paper towels and you clean that toilet until it's spotless.
Which is appropriate.
Never come in here again.
Because I don't want the hot dog maker to also be the toilet cleaner.
Fair enough.
There just shouldn't be people shitting on the seats of toilets.
She made this grown ass man go back there and clean his shit, and we were all just like, nobody laughed. It was not a funny time.
No. Now back to your father though. He fucked with Lamar's toilet. So
I forgot about that.
What happened to this gentleman?
He used his toilet. So Dad didn't hit him, but he cussed him. He did what Dad calls it scolding. He said, it happens every now and then. It used to be a beating when he was a younger guy, but these days it's mostly scoldings, it seems. And you might think of scolding. Well, my mom scolds me all the time when I don't do my homework. Nah. When he yells at you, his lip kind of curls up. And his face gets red. And he starts pointing. And he starts moving around. And you're like, I didn't know he could move that fast. And he's just like, he's getting a little aggressive. Like maybe he will do something. And he really tears you down to the bone. He really rips you apart. And he threatens you. He lets you know that unless you apologize at this point, it might get physical.
Dude, this is very much like what happened with my general contractor today. At one point, remember I said I walked up to him, he offered me a chicken leg from KFC. And I offered to punch him in the face. That was my counter offer.
Fair trade.
So he basically just cussed him out and explained to him that he was never allowed to even cut the grass. He's like, that job's over now. You can never cut the grass again. You're gonna have to work over here on the farm and do the other stuff. And so, he never did hit that guy. That guy was a serious alcoholic though, and it really. And one day we were changing light bulbs. And he was on, up the ladder, hundreds of light bulbs. And JD hits the floor, goes into a seizure. I've never seen that before. I'm like 12. My dad is more afraid of this than I am. He's like, oh. He doesn't know what to do. Yeah. I don't know what to do. And we stand there and looking down at him. He's just fucking stroking out. He's seizing up. He shook for maybe 90 seconds, came to, he had a little blood in his lip from biting his mouth a little bit, and that was it. After that, Dad fired him. Dad was like, I can't have you over here with spinning blades and shit and farm equipment, and at any moment you can drop out. So he hired a new guy. He hired Chuck. Not much of a step up, really. Chuck was my mother's age, 42 or so at the time of our meeting. And yet he looked like he was in his late hobo 50s. Wow. There's a difference than, Yeah. He was in his hobo 50s. Long, black, shaggy hair, greasy, filthy, pockmarked face. Very, I don't know, just looked like it was gross, dried up and nasty from years of smoking hand-rolled cigarettes. His fingers were yellow, just stained yellow from those cigarettes he'd always smoked. He drank Red Dog beer and the cheapest vodka he could buy. His greatest skill was he could calculate the cost of alcohol to a T. If he had $1.02, he knew exactly what it took to get to that bottle of liquor. If he had 13 cents, he knew exactly what it took to get to that tiny bottle of liquor. He always knew. He'd come around. You got 37 cents?
Wow.
I'm like, why don't you just take $5 man? What the hell? 37 cents? Like that's not even worth my time handing you to like in for it. Yeah. Like it was just absurd, and he always knew. And so I mentioned that my dad never hit JD, never got physical with him ever, even though JD was very bad at his job. He would drinking on the job, passing out drunk, that sort of thing. So Chuck also had a bit of a drinking problem, you might say. And he lived at the end of my dad's farm's driveway in a trailer with another man named Jeff who was crippled from polio. And he was way too young to be crippled from polio, if you know what I mean. It was like, how white trash are you? And they had Jeff's girlfriend, I guess you could still fuck, who was very pregnant. And I remember one day they had seen her trying to like induce labor by sticking a vase up there in the front yard. Classy bunch, okay? Just so you know. So what Chuck's job, pretty lower tier kind of job, if you can imagine. It's picking up the dead chickens from my dad's poultry houses every day, because there's 120,000 total. Every day, a percentage just die, and you can't leave them in there. They'll rot, and that causes disease, etc. You're not supposed to. Someone walks the entire perimeter of this thing. It's a 5-mile walk a day, and you pick them up, you take them out. That's Chuck's job. Chuck wasn't doing a good job of this, and so as you can imagine, just like my disgusting garbage, there are rotten chickens in this poultry house, and that's a no-no. It's not good for business. You're not allowed to do that, despite what you see with all the like animal cruelty stuff and those horrible horror scenes you often see from PETA. Like, for the most part, like, those farmers are kept really under control, and like, you can't do that. There's rotten chickens in there, though. My dad sees this, and he's like, Kyle, go get Chuck. Tell him he's going to have to finish his work. And I'm like, okay. No, excuse me. He said, you can either go get Chuck, or I can go get him, and you can tell him what he's got to go do. And I'm like, think about it for a minute. I'm like, well, that second one is definitely the more awkward situation type there. I'm like, well, I'll go get him. So I drive down there. I say, he's drunk as fuck. And I'm like, hey, Chuck, Dad wants you to come back over to the farm. He's got something he wants to talk to you about. Okay, so I get Chuck, take him back up there. I'm off to the side sitting on a bucket.
How do you get him? You have like
in a truck. I drive a truck down there. It's literally a quarter mile away. Just zip right back.
Okay.
So we're standing there. My dad's standing there. I'm sitting on a bucket, and he tells Chuck, he's like, Chuck, there's rotten chickens there. You're doing a shitty job. You can't do that. You know you can't do that. If you can't do the job right, then you shouldn't be doing it at all. He says, you need to get in there, and you need to finish your job, or you're not getting paid this week or any more ever. And Chuck said, well, if you don't like the way I did it.
Oh, no. He stopped right there. Stop. So you froze it. If you don't like the way I did it, carry on.
If you don't like the way I do it, then you could just do it your damn self.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Nothing happened between him saying that and Chucky's on the ground. I'm not sure how he got on the ground. I don't know if it was a push, a punch. He was just on the ground, and Dad was kicking. These weren't like the bar scene in Goodfellas kicks where you're like stomping the guy's face in and really trying to ruin him for life. Like, he was kicking him in the ass with a big size 13 boot on the other end.
Steel
Like
toed, probably.
50 That's
pounds
almost
of
more
him.
insulting at that point.
Right in the ass crack every time Chuck would make it to his knees. Bam! And you could hear it. It was audible, and I'm just watching him kick him, and every time he kicks, he adds a little retort. Pow! I don't think you'll like the way I'm going to do it, Chuck. I'm sorry, Lamar. I'm sorry. I go, pow! You going to be sorry by the time I'm done, Chuck. You gonna get in there and clean that shit up? Yeah, Lamar, I'm gonna get in. He's crawling toward the place where the dead chickens are. He's going after him now. Get in there. He kicks him 5-6 times. He kicks his ass until he's like in the building, and like he gets up and goes back to work.
Wow.
It's as close to someone beating a horse into like giddying up as you'll ever get with a human being in this day and age.
It was beat to a monologue.
Chuck was a real character. I have one more Chuck story if you'd like it.
Please.
Oh, you know I do.
Yes.
Please.
All right. All right. So, as I mentioned, Chuck lived near the end of the driveway of the farm in this trailer with his polio-stricken friend Jeff and Jeff's baby mama. The county took the baby, so I guess it's still a baby mama though, even though yeah. So he lives down there. Well, eventually, believe it or not, someone like Chuck can even rub themselves raw on someone like Jeff. And Jeff decided he didn't want Chuck around anymore. He kicked him out. So, Chuck's getting paid at the end of it's the end of the day. We're done with work. And Chuck's telling Dad this. And Dad's like, well, you know how it is. And just leaves it at. He's like, it's basically like, every man for himself out here, brother. You're not coming to my place. That sort of thing. And so Dad tells me, he says, take Chuck to the bank, pay him, then take him to, and then if he wants to go to the liquor store, take him there too. And that's what he told him. And I'd done that before. I'd go to the bank, do the business card, get him his cash, pay him, take him home, whatever. So I take Chuck, we get his cash, it's like $80, it was a couple days' work. Take him to the liquor store, and he comes out and he's got I'm sorry, don't let me fuck this up. So I drive Chuck down to the end of the driveway, and Chuck says, hang on a minute, I need to get a few things before we go. Could you drop me off at whoever's house that's just down the road? And I was like, yeah, I'll do that after the liquor store. Sure, I'll do that for you, because he's been kicked out, right? So he throws all of his shit in the back of my truck. Trash bags of clothes, trash bags of shoes, and 4 television sets. He had 4 of them. Don't ask me. I didn't ask him. 4 television sets loaded up in the back of my truck. Bank, liquor store. He comes out, brown paper bag, and a ginger ale. And I'm just about to tell him, hey, man, no drinking in the car, right? No drinking in the car. I'll get you to where you're going. But I see that he's just cracking open the ginger ale. So I back up, I'm driving. And he tells me where we're going. It's like 10 minutes away. And I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't sign up for this shit. Like, this is bullshit. All right, fuck, I'll drive you there. So I'm driving there, and I look over. He's got a pint in one hand and the ginger ale in the other. And he's going, glow.
Oh, wow.
He's two-fisting that shit, chasing it down. And there was no point in stopping him at this point. I would rather him have an empty bottle of liquor than a half full bottle of liquor. So I just shook my fucking head, and I was just like, what the fuck are you doing, man? You're cracking that shit open here. I'm like 17. Like, this is not going to do. I'm the one that'll get the fucking open container charge. I get him down to where he's going. It's these, like, pretty crummy apartments, pretty seedy, if I'm being honest. I wouldn't stay there. I wouldn't want to. And he says, right there where we're going, man, but I ain't allowed down there. So, how about you drop me off right here, and you go down there, it's apartment 4B, and ask her if Chuck comes stay. And I'm like,
oh my gosh.
Okay, well, I've come this far, Chuck. Chuck hops out of the fucking car. I drive down there. Knock on the door. It wasn't really a door. It was kind of this metal gatey thing. Kind of a cage, more of a bar door. Blang, blang, blang. This disgusting woman comes out, like 240 pounds. She's wearing like a house dress, I suppose you'd call it. Like
a nightgown?
Yeah, basically like with the buttons, and I can see a little titty like between this button and this button. Like they're like her tits are so big that they're like between this button and this button. There's some titty showing.
Oh, wow.
And it's not good titty. And I'm
it's not good.
Oh, titty, good titty.
Like what?
Same voice too.
Good afternoon, madam. There's a Chuck Gabriel who sent me calling, and he would like to know if he could come stay here with you forthwith. You tell that son of a bitch he ain't never allowed back down here no more. I'll shoot his ass. You tell him, man. You tell him he comes here, me or Donnie, one, will shoot his ass. Very well. Chuck hops in the fucking truck. Chuck hops in the truck. He goes, how'd it go, man? I was like, I don't think it's going to work out, Chuck. I was like, well, I guess I could go stay at Mama's old place. And I was like, where's that? And it's actually about where we started this whole journey. So I'm driving there. I assume that he means he's going to go live with his mother. No, his mother's in a nursing home. There is an abandoned house with no electricity, no running water, no utilities of any kind. And to this day, that is where Chuck is. I can take you there.
Gosh.
I could take you there right fucking now. He's in there laying in a sleeping bag, asleep, stoned out of his fucking gourd. I got 2 or 3 more of these. One night he knocked
playing
over
the show through a speaker. Like I swear I hear an echo.
Yeah, someone is a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it's coming through on Wolf's End a little bit when I speak up too loud.
Really? Okay, I'll turn
Maybe.
it up.
It's not too bad. So one night, like I said, no electricity. He knocked over some sort of oil lantern they had as light and set the whole fucking place on fire. But it didn't burn the place down. It just sort of scorched the room, like everything, all the fat, the curtains, the whatever, the blankets on the floor, all that shit burn up. But there wasn't enough to catch the wood on fire and really burn the place down. So the whole room was just scorched. So for months afterward, Chuck was also scorched from the sweat. He was sleeping in the sooty floor. He looked black. He was filthier than he ever was, and that's saying something.
My father's room was like that growing up.
Oh,
it was, yeah. Dude, your stories are so much better than like my dad's story. Like my father had an alcoholic working for him, but he felt bad for him, so he sent him to rehab and paid for it until he was rehabilitated.
Boo! Good person. Boo! He should have beat his ass. He should have beat the alcoholism.
He didn't kick him in the ass until he did more 1040s.
Besides the Cannon housing projects, Chuck is also banned from going in the local grocery store. His side of the story was that they were giving him old food back in the deli, and when they got caught giving it to him, they lied and said he was stealing it. My side is he was probably just stealing that fucking food. But in any case, Chuck is not allowed back at the grocery store nearest his home. So I see him riding his bike around town all the time. He wears this little war cap.
Oh, that you guys talking about food? I don't know where this came from. It reminded me. I went to this sports camp when I was like, I guess, 14, and it was a religious camp. But it was a sports camp, but they tied in God to it somehow, where it was like, hey, go do your sports. And because I was on the hockey section, we go play hockey. There's a football section, basketball. Everybody broke and did their shit. And then they came back and gave us some half-assed Bible study of you got to work as a team, just like Christ in Matthew 6:10. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ. But there was this, this kid, but for some reason they let a kid with Down syndrome into the camp. He wasn't running around doing anything bad, but every day at lunch, him and his handler, who helped him out go to all the different sports and whatnot that he could participate in, would sit down with them and be like, now you have to eat all of your food before we can go. You have to eat all of your food. And the kid would always be throwing a fit, not wanting to eat it. And one of the days that the handler was like, all right, you're not getting up and you're not going to play basketball until all of this food is done. And it was like a chicken patty fried and some green beans. And he came back later and the kid had eaten all of it and was holding his stomach, making noises. And you look at the chicken patty, the outside is completely crisp, like a chicken breast that's fried should be. The inside is 100% pink rare chicken that she made this kid sit there and eat over the course of half an hour. He just wanted to go play sports. He was like, no, Alex, you're going to eat your chicken or you can't play basketball. So she made this kid with Down syndrome eat a bunch of raw chicken, and he couldn't end up doing anything because I think he got salmonella.
I hate her.
He died of salmonella.
He passed away, reincarnated as your employee's potential kid.
That was, and when I got back, there were actually hookers waiting on me. So it was the night.
It was a good night. It all worked out in the end.
That's a win.
But then the hooker had the thing. So
you can't just leave off at that. The hooker what?
I feel like I'm retelling stories, which seems kind of silly.
No,
but
I have not heard of this. The hooker had what? VD?
Okay, so I did not purchase these hookers. I would never do such a thing. But a hooker
of course not. You don't need to.
A hooker was purchased for me. I guess I did that night because Plan A had definitely fallen through. So I did not purchase this hooker, but a hooker was purchased for me, and I did not turn down said hooker. And because she was a very good-looking blonde lady, and I was okay. I'll have sex with you. So first things first, you got a picture. It's me, my friend, my cousin, and Jeremy with the issue, and so the whole trip, my friend Scott and I, my cousin, had been discussing this plot to find a transsexual hooker and sick her, if you will, on Jeremy. So he'd be like really into it because she's attractive, and then it would have a dick. And it'd be like a big fun joke, like, she got a dick, right? And we thought that'd be hilarious, but we weren't really going to.
Dangerous sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. We weren't going to go through with it. We just thought it was a really funny joke, and we talked about it semi-seriously. You know what I mean? So,
do you mean you didn't go through with it out of principle, or you couldn't find a tranny hooker in time?
That was attractive.
Because you also started with this conversation with like, well, I'm not into hookers, but well, this one time one was purchased for me. And it's like,
hey,
so you're not into it,
resource,
or
Taylor.
hooker story. I promise. This is my only hooker story. So,
okay.
I'm trying to think.
Jeremy, tranny, fucking hookers.
Okay. So, my cousin and I have been discussing throughout this long road trip to Texas the possibility of getting this tranny hooker and sicking her on Jeremy. So that's in your minds now. So we have our hookers in tow. We go back up to our floor, and we just sort of barge into Scott's room where he's sleeping. And Jeremy's in there as well. And so, like, one of the hookers just hops in bed with him, and she's like, "Hey, baby," and blah, blah, blah. And she's like kissing him on the cheek, and he's like, "Oh, hey, what's going on? All right." I was like, "Hey, Scott, you remember that special kind of lady we were going to get for Jeremy?" He goes, "What the fuck? What the?" He's just like chest puffed out. "What the fuck?" And he's looking from me to her and trying to decide who takes the beating first. Like, he's just like, somebody's going to fucking pay. Somebody's going to pay. And I'm like, he thinks you're a man. Prove it. Like, shows him her vagina, and it's like, all cool, man. But he was ready to blow. And like you said, it would have been a dangerous scenario to actually pull something.
Like, I mean, I guess that stunt wouldn't work on me because of the whole thing would be a non-starter. But a hypothetical single Woody would have had a good laugh with you guys. You know, but some guys, they respond violently to that thing.
Oh, yeah, some guys.
I think most guys would respond violently.
Really? All right. Is it my turn to tell a fucking story yet?
No, it's done yet. So that was just an addendum. That was just like a little side chapter to my main story. So me and my hooker go back to the room. We start doing it or whatever, and it was really weak because she like wanted to like go down on me with like a condom on, which was like, I was like,
what in God's name is she doing? She's supposed to be a professional.
And I'm struggling, and she's like, is it gonna get harder than this? And I'm just like, all right, focus. So I like focus with all my willpower, and I
force the blood.
Yeah. Like focus with all my willpower, and I get the full master, whatever, and we go at it, and we get done, and she goes, "Oh no," and I'm like, "I've never heard that in bed before." I was like, "What?" And I'm scared because I've never heard. Imagine like you just have complete or whatever and the deed is done, and some lady that you've never met before goes, "Oh no." I'm terrified, and I look down, and there's blood everywhere. I mean, a pool of blood, like you slaughter a goat at sacrifice, like. Satan would have accepted this. He totally would have. There's blood everywhere, all over my crotch area, my unit, my legs. There's blood everywhere.
My units, Jesus.
Who fucking uses that
my
term
piece.
anymore?
My piece.
Big Jimmy and the twins.
Yeah. And she's covered with blood, to her credit as well, because she was on her period and she thought, I'll just put a diaphragm in to hold back the floodgates of hell.
It's a really shitty dam you've got.
So it looked like the shining elevator all over that room.
Hey, it could have been worse. It could have been no period.
She's like, no one's ever been big enough to knock it loose before. And I'm just like, I don't want to hear that right now.
I appreciate your compliment, but we got to deal with these stains right now.
I could see how embarrassed she was. I mean, she was a hooker, all right, but she wasn't like classless. She had enough dignity to be horrified by this situation. She was just completely embarrassed. She was like calling downstairs for more sheets and stuff and apologizing for all of that. Because I was like, you're gonna have to do something about those sheets because they're gonna think I killed somebody. Like, questions will be asked about this, okay? Think
That's
ahead.
a lot of fucking
He's
blood.
like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You can't just check out and leave this kind of shit. And I'm just like, yes. So I made her call down. She got the new sheets and everything. She apologized. We had a little incident. They're very dirty, so be careful how you handle them. And there's, oh, I understand. Blah blah blah. And left. Actually, it was text. She's like, yes, I understand. So she left with the Rosmarina, left with the sheets or whatever. And I kept picking on her. I was like, you know what? We're blood brothers now. We're blood brothers. So that was my hooker story. That was a really weird thing. And it got
Did
worse.
you get tested?
He had a condom on. He's fine.
The condom isn't some magical thing that keeps half gallon of blood from getting in places.
Well, he didn't start drinking it like a trough and go, oh, yeah.
He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to.
I have been tested since during my regular physical exams.
How many open wounds do you have in your cock during intercourse, Kyle, where that would be an issue?
Zero.
That's the number to seek. Yeah, 0.
Yeah. I had an open wound. Would you? I think you really got
certainly. If
you got
blood
like
and open
cut
wound.
on the side of that thing, you're just like, I don't know, weird lady I've never met before. It seems a little risky. No one does that. Have I ever told you guys when we sent the prostitute to my cousin's room to mess with him? That time? All right, so here's stop me if I've done this.
Prostitute stories from you. I don't know.
That's unsettling. There haven't been that many prostitutes in my life. But so here's what happened. We were going on this road trip, and we were kind of conspiring against my friend Jeremy. We were always talking behind his back about potentially getting a transsexual prostitute to like basically paying her and then having her go and flirt with him and put on, just flirt with him all night, basically. Not go to bed with him necessarily because, something crazy could happen, but flirt with him and then make him like her and then reveal that it's a transsexual, as a big, gotcha, Jeremy. We thought that'd be a funny joke. So it never came to fruition, but we did have those two prostitutes. So what we did was we went up to my cousin Scott's room. We talked to the girls first and explained this whole situation to them. And so we opened Scott's room. We go in and he's asleep in the bed. And this really good looking brunette prostitute crawls into bed with him. And she puts her arm around him, starts kissing him on the cheek. And he's kind of waking up. He's just all asleep. He's like, oh, yeah, all right then. All right. Hey, what's going on here? This is pretty nice. I woke up and there's a random hot chick in my bed now. Like, what are you guys doing here? And I'm like, hey, Scott, remember that special kind of lady that we were going to find for Jeremy? And I kind of nodded at the girl. And it took him about 1 full second to process. And he just goes out of the bed. He's fucking fist. He looks at the girl. He looks at us, girl, us. And he doesn't know who to attack first. He's like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? What did you do?
The whole time is his boxers wilting a little bit.
There's no need to fight anyone in this situation.
Oh no, he feels completely violated. He feels like a man just crawled in his bed and started making out with him, and he is enraged.
What happened?
yeah, exactly, ready to kill. So she quickly had to show him her pussy. We quickly had to be like, just fucking with you, and he calmed down, but he was ready to just. Put on
Okay, you were fucking with them. I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, that would have been so mean spirited if you actually sent them in there. But
yeah, I know. That's why we were planning it for Jeremy. We thought it was a really mean spirited, awful thing to do to someone, and he can handle that sort of thing. He's got a rough life to begin with.
When I was trying to think of stupid little thing like hobbies, and magic came to mind. Not Magic the Gathering, magic doing that kind of shit.
I
and
like that.
remember in high school, we were drunk at a friend's house or something. There's a lot of guys and gals there hanging out, and it got to be late at night, and everybody was like, I guess I was pretty drunk, and I walked in and it was some guy doing magic tricks with cards for a couple girls, and I'd never done it before. I don't know why, but I just was like, let me see all those, and I grabbed them all and I just moved them around a bit, and I just went right to the guy's face sitting there. He wasn't that drunk, and I just bent the cards and forced at him. I went, I'm an illusionist, and I just sprayed them all right into his face. all the girls thought it was funny, and so it panned out. But it was such a rude thing to do. Why did I do that?
Oh, so shitty, Taylor.
Yes.
Oh, so shitty.
When I was it was me and both of my younger brothers in the back of a van, and my mom was driving, and this was like I was probably like 13, 14, and so my brothers were like 12 and 6 or 7, and we were driving, and we were both in the back seat. There must have been something in the front, so we couldn't sit in the shotgun. And we sat down, or we stopped at a stoplight, and I think it was me. I farted. And it was absolutely rancid, but it wasn't rancid enough. And mind you, it's snowing outside. It's very snowy outside. And my mom in our Honda Odyssey, she goes, "Oh, Taylor!" And then she opens both doors with the button. We're in the line of traffic, and I can still remember sitting in that captain's seat like, "Mom!" I'm like shivering, and the girl in the van next to me is looking over, pointing and laughing at us because we're all sitting in a van where there's now flurries of snow flying through that chasm that is the van with both doors open. And I remember just like her starting to pull away. And when you're driving, the doors don't close. And so we were just driving for the next like half mile, like, "Mom, close the door. The girl's laughing at us." And she's like, "I can't close it, Taylor. I can't close it. It's stuck. We're driving. We can't close it." And so we drove like multiple miles as I'm sitting there with my brothers, like, as snow is flying into the car. And it was really embarrassing. I've never seen that girl since in that car, but good. Her point and laugh to 12-year-old me in that car, that hits the core.
How old was she?
Probably about my age, probably.
Okay.
12
that's even worse. A peer.
A colleague of mine observed this and put it out on the Slack channel.
We heard your mom's van doesn't even have doors.
Dude, she was driving me in that van to a football game once in just a slight, like maybe 20 minutes away from where we lived at the time, and we got in, and the coach had it with late players to games. And so he had told, this was 8th grade, he'd told the whole team, he was like, "Anyone who shows up late will not play. I'm over it. Show up when the game starts." Because it was 8th grade, the parents didn't give a shit. And I remember it was
as they grade. Shouldn't. No one should give a shit.
No one should give a shit. We did not have a big team. And so I played place kicker, extra point kicker, occasional cornerback, sometimes wide receiver, O-line, and linebacker. I played a lot of things because we didn't have very many people. And as we're driving, my mom, we were late, and so she was trying to run a red, and we get sideswiped by a car, and it demolishes this person's Mustang and just kind of fucks up the back of our Honda Odyssey. And I remember sitting there being like, "Oh, coach is gonna be so mad." and then I got there to the game after all this was settled and everything, and we drive there and we get there, and he's like, "Taylor, where have you been?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, coach. I was in a car accident on the way here." and he looked at me and he goes, "Jesus Christ." Of course. And he was like, "Well, you can still play, yeah." You were.
You probably shouldn't, but
are you okay? Because I was sitting on the side that got hit by the car, and I remember I was just kind of sitting there dreading it, and they just boom, just slammed real hard. But yeah, he immediately let me take the field as soon as I told him I was in a car accident.
Yeah, of course.
7 minutes ago, my mom's minivan was struck by a Mustang. I'm still a little rattled, so if I'm bad at football,
Mom ran every red light here until that Mustang hit us. I'm so sorry, coach. She's a dumb bitch.
First time I got caught drinking and was going to get in trouble for it, I left my phone playing music or something like that. And I got a text, and my mom checked it because it was playing music for outside of the pool where my friends and I were, and because people were still coming over. And so she checked it, and she came out, and she was like, "Taylor, get up here." And I was like, "Oh, something's awry." And so I went up there and was like, "What's up?" And she's like, "You want to explain this to me?" And my friend had texted me "I'm on the way. I didn't forget to bring shot glasses this time, haha," or whatever. And I was like, "I don't know. We were only going to drink a little bit." And she's like, "You tell all of your friends to go home right now." And so I had to tell my friends to go and just sit in my room for a while and wait. And then my parents, my dad got home. They were going to give me a little talk. And it was they got home and they said, "We're going to talk to you about this tomorrow. We're going to talk about." to ourselves, a little parental communal meeting over this, and then we'll talk to you about it tomorrow. And I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll just sweat this out and hope I'm not in too much trouble. I'll be going to college in like a year, I guess, so it's not too bad. They can't really get me. The next day, some things were, came to understanding between my parents, and it became clear that they were going to, they came down and they were going to talk to me about it. But the news they gave me instead was, we're getting a divorce.
Well, you were out of the hot seat.
And so I didn't get in a lick of trouble. I was like, well, I'm going to my friend's house then. And they were like yeah, I should have just, I was like, well, now I need some booze. It wasn't like this had been a long time coming. It wasn't like a huge shock, but it was almost like a macabre feeling of like, man, that kind of sucks, but somebody is going to get to do whatever they want until college,
Oh, no.
I know Woody has asked before, like, hey guys, go rate the podcast on iTunes because it helps us out and it helps the show and everything. And that's definitely true. A couple days ago, someone I work with who is like probably early 60s or something was like something came up where they're like, oh, and you do your podcast, like at the end of a meeting kind of thing. And they were like, can you do that podcast thing? I was like, yeah, I do the podcast. I've done it for so long. And they do the thing that I dread in my professional life, which is pull their phone out and go, help me find it. And I'm like, all right, go to iTunes and enter in Painkiller already, because I don't want to show them the YouTube version.
Painkiller, like an aspirin.
Yeah, like I and so he took it out and he searched it up and he found Painkiller already on iTunes, and apparently there are a few new reviews that people have left there, and one of them says, and he was reading it out loud. He's like, I'm so thankful to Woody and Kyle that despite Taylor's developmental disorders, they're willing to employ him on the show. He's reading this. There's still other people in the room who I work with. Not like every day, but people I have connections. I email every so often, like that kind of thing. And he's like, why are they saying that? Like, you're on the show with them, right? And I'm like, yeah, it was a meme cropped up that I'm mentally retarded. And so that explains that. And I was expecting him to like not get it entirely. He busted a gut about the prospect of a bunch of people on the internet saying that I was mentally retarded and writing it into iTunes reviews. So thanks, guys. Thanks for that. More reviews like that needed. Pump up our iTunes rating. It always helps. Christ. So thanks, fellas. That could have gone one of two ways, and it went the good way. So,
whenever they're like, help me find it. And I'm like, no, my podcast isn't for good people like you. We tell bad jokes about bad people. And
no, bad jokes about good people sometimes.
Yeah,
like solid people. Like my grandparents refuse to look for it. They don't know what it's called. And I love that about them. Yes. Grandma says, I just don't, I know what the kind of, I can only assume the kind of things you're saying on there. And I don't want to hear my grandson saying those things. It's like, Grandma, I love you. Just continue to not know what the internet is.
However, if your grandparents saw how you talked about them on the show, they would feel warm inside.
They would, but they'd have to sift through 100 bogs of shit to come across one of those.
You got to go knee deep in raccoon shit to get all the way to the part where Taylor is thankful for their delicious meals and his grandfather's, good times on the farm and all that stuff. Yeah. You got to go kind of talk about brothers and.
I got a thing.
See, I have a good one where I was transitively an asshole. So I wasn't immediately affiliated with it. So we had this teacher in high school who was like legitimately going blind. Like he couldn't see light yellow. He couldn't see yellow very well at all. We could deftly play catch with tennis balls in his class while he was talking to us. And as long as they were brand new, catch it, throw it to someone else. He didn't know what was going on. We put a doll in a seat one day for a kid that was out, and it was like one of those like blow up, like it was not blow up. It was like a straw doll for like one of those field day things they were doing, and they put it there. And at one point, he was like, "Jared, care to comment?" And it was like,
nope, guess not. It's just like we just kept going on with the class, and that one just came back to me. This is the other one. Is we were supposed to do this. He made us turn in our essays had to be longer in that class because he couldn't read like the 12-point font as well. Really nice guy, but he made us do a big presentation on a piece of poster board, and it was like about some history shit, like maybe a Renaissance era, and we did it. We did everything correctly. We all did it as a group. I thought that it was going to go off without a hitch, just a regular presentation, boring. And the like troublemaker in our group, who was selected to be the presenter, because there was only one person presenting and the other two people did the work. So it was like, all right, I can do this shit. You just don't fuck it up when you get up there. He had written in highlighter in the background of all the details of it so that all the kids could see it. Just wrote, "You are a on the poster board in highlighter." And so he got up there and like my name's on this project. And so like, he got up there, like standing up there and like me and my other mate are just like, oh, Jesus Christ, we're so fucked. We're so fucked. This is going to work. And he gave the whole presentation. Everybody's laughing. The teacher's just like, now the Baroque era isn't that funny. And it's like, has no idea. But so I wasn't immediately associated with that, but it was really asshole-ish.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Wow.
Yeah, really taking advantage of
Blind
people
man
paying
tricks.
teacher.
That's a great
Yeah,
story.
he had to quit a
Next
couple
level
like-
stuff right there.
It sounds
Went
like you're
fine.
just perpendicular to assholishness, so I'll give you a pass on that one.
And my cousin was like, oh, dude, I know a guy who knows the best areas in Colorado Springs. And this motherfucker took us like a guided tour through the most difficult hike I've ever done. And it turns out that he shows up with his dog and in a tie-dye shirt. And the whole time he's talking about how he's major in like mycology, like mushroom studies. And so every time he sees a mushroom, he's like going over to the side, being like, oh, dude, we could like fry this up, or like, oh, here's one of the ones that we could like cut up and like trip on. It was like, I kind of wanted someone to just tell me where to go. more than the whole like drug lecture.
Well,
Oh,
the
you
same way
on a
that,
bunch
like-
of shrooms, man? Damn, you have to, bro. It's like, yeah, but do we go left or right here?
Well, now in LA, because you could just get pot delivered to you. It's it's the same as like ordering a pizza, and
dude, it's fucking
the
cool.
idea of like what's gone is having to talk to some guy trying to sell you pot for an hour. Like what's gone from that is like where you have to discuss like what the real meaning of this album is.
You know what's gone from that also is having to pretend that you're friends with your drug dealer.
Yep.
It's like, oh man, yeah, I guess I'd love to watch an episode of something with you, man. Hey, you want to smoke some of your stuff together? No.
It was always the worst.
No, I want to go home.
I always had the
Yeah, that was
worst
shitty.
drug dealers. Oh, they were the worst. That one guy, I'd go to his house and we'd be down in his basement where he had all of his plants, and all these degenerates would be hanging around to get free weed, pretending like they're his friends. And I just want to buy and leave. And they're just all such losers. They're just the worst kinds of people. That's where I had that conversation where we're out back, like smoking a cigarette. And I'm like, someone brought up methamphetamine, like randomly. And I was like, hey, meth, not even once. Am I right? And they went, well, I've tried it a few times. And I was like, fuck. And the other guy goes, yeah, I like to get a little crispy every now and then. And I was just like,
a little crispy.
Well, it's my cue to fucking run away. So
You need a spiel, Kyle.
I'm more into
You need to hit your drug
regular
dealer
drugs.
and be like, I need 1 ounce, Alaskan Purple Dragon Slayer. Faster is better.
You would expect that to be a thing. But
you can't do it that same way.
Treat him like a barber.
Yeah. Go ahead, Kyle. Sorry.
he would be like, I tell him what I wanted, and he'd be like, all right, let me go bag it up. And it'd take him like 20 minutes while he had a whole conversation with me, telling me stories, depressing stories. He never had bags. He always had to like make these bootleg bags out of like plastic wrap and a soldering gun. And I'm not even
Soldering
kidding.
Oh
Saran wrap.
shit! Did he ever use the cellophane off of a cigarette container and then solder that?
I
closed?
would buy in such quantities that wouldn't work. But I have purchased weed where it was in the cellophane of a cigarette, like the cellophane that comes off of a packet of cigarettes, and then they put it in there, roll it, and then melt the top. And it's just like, This is some ghetto shit, boys.
They just give it to him in like a Kroger shopping bag.
Yeah, I buy at least an ounce at a time. Like if I'm
Yeah, I
buying
remember
less,
I was in a college drought of needing it or wanting some pot when I was like a sophomore in college, and it was like, who am I going to go to? And someone was like, hey, this guy, he kind of is weird, but he'll do. And I was like, all right. So I went over there and I was going to buy some, and this happened like twice. And this guy would like pillory you with offers of playing Street Fighter the entire time. You were just trying to buy drugs and go home. And so I would have to play him in Street Fighter in 2 or 3 fights and get absolutely manhandled by him because I didn't know the buttons. I didn't know how to play Street Fighter. But every time you go over there, you sit down, and before he goes to grab the goods, he wants to fucking play Street Fighter. And so you play a couple games of Street Fighter with him, you get railroaded, and you just have to be like, all right, man, well, can I just have the weed now? Like,
that's what they should have done.
Get that for me?
As anti-drug commercials, fuck this whole like, oh, and then you play with your gun and accidentally shoot yourself. Oh, your dog talks. They should have just been like, look at the fucking degenerate you're gonna have to talk to for the next 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like, if you buy drugs, you're gonna have to go to this guy's house. Like, that's the best anti-drug commercial you could possibly do.
That is a real good one. It's like, it would just be a photo of a white guy with dreadlocks and a tie-dye shirt and black sweatpants on. It would be, do you want to talk to him for 2 hours? Then don't do drugs.
They were the most depressing parts of my week when I would go see this guy. And he was like a friend of a friend of a friend. Like he was so far disconnected from like my little social group. He was just such. All right. Usually when you call somebody a loser, what you mean is like they're bad at life, and they like through things they've done to themselves. This guy had loserdom thrust upon him though, like through a series of unfortunate events. I've told the story before, but like there was this one like 9-month to 12-month period where he kept being seriously injured and mangled. Like while just trying to work a job and provide for a family. That's what had driven him to selling marijuana and driving a long haul truck. Was he just kept getting injured severely through no real fault of his own. Like he was in this construction job.
KFC.
He worked construction, and they were putting like a tin roof on a house, and he was on top, and there's a guy on the bottom pushing this big sheet of tin toward him. The guy on the bottom was all fucked up on meth and like got too aggressive, and the guy is holding a sheet of tin at the top, and the guy at the bottom shoves it so hard that he cuts a bunch of the tendons in my boy's hand and like cripples his hand. They've got to go in and like reattach tendons. Well, now he can't use his right hand for like months as a construction worker.
He doesn't get like $1 million for that.
No, if you look up how much people like that get from the government on injuries, it's depressing. It's like, oh, you lose an eye? Yeah, we'll throw you $50K.
Like a company? Or?
But what about after?
No, I feel like Steve is like, what?
I need my eye.
You hire an attorney. You don't get it from the government. You get it from the company.
This is like Billy Bob's construction company. Like
all the TV attorneys salivate over cases like that.
Well,
like no.
So now he's got a crippled right hand that's going to take months to recover. Well, he's like, hey, I'm pretty good with my left. Let's keep fucking working. I'm a man. I provide for my family. So they're like, he's at a different construction job in like a sub basement where they're hammering rebar into like mostly dry concrete. Like it's wet enough that you can hammer rebar into it, but it's dry enough that that's still an effort. And I don't know if a chip of steel came off the hammer or the rebar, but hammers are this like really tempered steel. And when a chip comes off of a hammer, it has this shocking amount of velocity to it because they're not supposed to chip. So if they have chipped, it's deceptively extreme in nature. And so a chip of hardened steel comes off this hammer and hits him in the chest, a small piece, like really small. And he's like, oh, that hurt. And his buddy goes, what? And looks over at him. He's like, dude, what happened? He's like, what do you mean? He's like, have you been shot? And he looks down, and his chest is covered in blood, and it's running down his leg now because
Jesus
this thing
Christ.
has gone so deeply into his chest that the ER thinks it's a gunshot wound, and they think he's lying about a gunshot wound to get out of some sort of trouble. They're like, you can tell us if this is gang related or something. Like you can say it was an accident. We just need to know what kind of firearm it was. And he's like, I was swinging a hammer at work. And they're like, sure you were. So finally, I don't even think they got the chip out. I don't think they could get it out. So they just patch him back up. And so now he's got this chip of steel in a not so healthy spot inside his chest now. He's like, well, my troubles have to be behind me. You know, I need something. I need a recreational vehicle. I'd love to just have some fun in my spare time while I'm on workman's compensation. I'd like to get a four-wheeler, an ATV. So he goes to this guy's house to buy a used ATV on the cheap. And he's in the guy's backyard. The sun's going down. It's getting pretty dark. And he's got one hand, his bad hand, operating the throttle. Rum, rum, rum. And his left hand, he's sort of got like swaying by his side, hanging loosely. Unbeknownst to him, someone has taken the cover off of the chain of the ATV. And it's a manual. So the chain is spinning back there until you hit the clutch and put her in gear. So it's just spinning. His hand goes into the chain and gets drug into the sprocket. It cuts off one finger. It cuts the tip off another, and it mangles the third. So now his left hand is crippled, his right hand is crippled, and his chest is all bandaged up. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to sell some weed. I'm just going to sell some weed. Can't nobody hurt me if I'm in my basement watering my weed plants. Well,
did he grow it?
He grew it. Yeah,
How's he even pulling the trigger on the spritzer bottle?
I'll get the electric spritzer. And
the electric spritzer.
Nothing bad can happen to me as long as I'm here. I'll drive my big rig. I'll provide for my wife and child. So I've been going to him for a few months now, and I feel awful for him. So I always buy a little extra. Like I pay him well. Like he's like, yeah, it's $2.90 for an ounce. And I'm like, here's $300. You know, I'm the good guy. Here's your $10 tip or whatever. But I'll try to I had these long, awful conversations with him about how awful his life is. And he's always giving me discounts on stuff and asking my advice on various aspects of his life. Well, one time he wasn't there, but his wife was. And I went to the door and I'm like, hey, Bill told me to come by. He said I could get some, and I'm not sure how in the know she is about his whole weed industry. So I thought I could get a little pot from him, and she's like, how much you want? And I'm like, ounce and a half. Yeah, call it 375. Let's do 400. She's like, whatever. She comes back, big ass bag of weed. So I already knew that she was kind of a shitty person. She just seemed a little rude, or maybe she was annoyed, didn't want to be a pot salesman. I can understand that for sure too. But I'm a nice guy. I'm not showing up all weird. I find out she's been cheating on him the whole time while he's gone in his fucking big rig. The reason she was annoyed with me is because she had a dude showing up pretty soon, and she needed all the witnesses out of there because his weed sales were cramping her style because she's only got so much time because she's got to send her kid to her parents' house. She's got to arrange this boyfriend to come over while her husband is away and hide the boyfriend from his weed clientele, friends in quotation marks. And
they used to have a better marriage, but her big thing was getting fingered. And
it was the most depressing shit ever. He lost the house. He lost her. She took
his fingers.
He lost the truck. Everything.
He lost the truck.
He lost it all. He was making payments on it. Like most of those guys are. They don't own those trucks outright.
Losing the truck is a big deal. Like it's their job, it's their house, it's their
dude. He took the cab off of it and lived in it by the end.
I was
the ultimate cucking.
I was on the road with a comic who was like super into pot, and he flew in for the gig, and so he had to like find some, and it's pretty easy at a show. You just talk about it on stage, and then people come up to you afterward. And so that's what he did. And then, we had adjoining rooms at the hotel, and he gets back. It's like 2 a.m. and he ever come back, and I'm like, where the fuck were you? He's like, I just one of these folks' house and got some pot. I was like, it was 3 hours ago. He's like, yeah. It turned out they wanted to talk, and it was just like this 60-year-old couple who just wanted to talk to him about comedy, and he couldn't get out of there. And I was like, this is the most scared straight program I've ever heard.
Yeah.
The idea that you might end up in some it's not even about going, you had to go to a dangerous neighborhood to get your drugs. No, you had to go to some suburban people and just listen to them for 3 fucking hours. That's.
I mean, the other ways we ordered was me and Kyle walking into that place high out of our mind. I remember walking into that Applebee's and thinking I'm so high I can barely function, and then walking next to my buddy Kyle and him being even higher than me and being like, okay, I'm gonna be okay. And then we got in there and Kitty, I've said this before about her. Kitty is a god.
Kitty is a guardian.
Kitty is a guardian. That's a great way to put it. She got in there and she immediately went, we will have 2 of every appetizer. Perfect. That's what everyone needed. There was no way 1 order of skins was going to get around that table. We needed 2 orders of skins for everyone to get one, and it was tremendous. That was the night that we were sitting down, and me and T-Mart were sitting next to each other. We were very, very young at the time. I was 19, he was 18 or whatever it was, and we were like, "Hey, let's give each other our phones, and we'll tweet from each other's phone." And I was baked out of my mind. And I thought it was really funny. And so I tweeted from his account. I was like, I'm high out of my mind at the Logan Steakhouse, wherever the fuck we were, Applebee's. I'm high out of my mind at Applebee's. And I tweeted that. And he tweeted Twitter. And on T Martin's Twitter. And he had my Twitter, which was way more accustomed to nonsense. And he said something super friendly, we're here having fun with friends, LOL. and then, we handed it back to each other.
Family, friends, and God forever.
Family, friends, and God forever. And then, we handed it back to each other.
T-Mart's mom follows him on.
Yeah. T-Mart's mom followed. I remember that. I remember handing it back to him and him
there. So that's happening at their end of the table. All right. On my end of the table, this is dawning on us a little. News travels very slowly across the stone table. Me, Kelly, and White Boy are down here in our little group, and we look up, and I think Alex, White Boy, is the one who was like, "Is T Martin crying?" And I went, "Shit, man." What the fuck happened down there? T Martin's fucking crying, dog. I was like, Kelly, look. T-Mart's crying. I was like, maybe there's a joke. No, those are real tears. He's crying, huh? And then I'm like, hey, why's T-Martin crying? I don't know who was next to me. I wish I could remember because they were both to my left. But word got down to us that Taylor had gotten a hold of T-Martin's Twitter.
He said it would be a funny idea, and I went funny with it, and then he didn't go funny with it, and then I handed him his phone back, and he saw what I tweeted from his account, and he was like, "Oh my god, my mom follows this."
Dude, he was like,
chill out, man. And I saw my account.
He was 15 or something.
No, he was 17. All right, because we're the same age, but it doesn't matter. He was the most business centric of all of us. So he was like, I'm never going to be able to lease a home. You would just ruin his homeland ownership vibe. Yeah, it was so good.
That was funny as fuck.
I'd like to get him back on the show.
Yeah, I think he doesn't want to.
I think he would.
Yeah. But
I don't know. T-Mart. It can't hurt to ask,
T-Mart, shout out to T-Mart. I'm sorry about doing that with your phone. I thought it would be funny at the time.
Should have gave me your phone.
And in retrospect, it was funny both at the time and now.
I bet right now.
I'm not sorry.
So I'm not sorry too much.
And I'm gonna go ahead and say, not to throw anybody under the bus or anything, because it's just people react the way they react, and like Taylor fucked up in that moment. It was super shitty what Taylor did.
I thought it was funny and a silly little thing.
But it's funny that it all played out that way.
I was if I were to tweet this from my account, I wouldn't care. It wouldn't bother me. I thought I was being
But what
silly.
was great is Woody let Taylor know that it was a real shitty thing that he had done.
Did I?
What he did, he did let me know, and I remember being like, I just thought I was memeing, man. Like, I thought I was being a silly jokester. That's kind of my MO.
A real rapscallion,
Taylor,
you know?
A real no good Nick.
Somehow Taylor ended up down there with Woody and Kitty. Not that they're not fun, but they're not stoned. and so like
I
now
was probably
he's got
more
two-
judgmental at the time than I am today.
Fuck it. No, we were.
It doesn't matter.
Look, guys, everybody's at water under the bridge. You know, we're all doing
I don't
great.
give a shit what anybody
You
thinks.
guys got podcasts. TmarTn's got lawsuits. We're all here.
Wait, he does?
No, I was making a
Settle
CS:GO Lotto
those.
joke.
Yeah.
Settle those.
Did you show it to the show already? I remember you telling us about your spork. I am thinking,
why?
I'm in the market for a spork, and I wonder,
possibly be.
Look at this spork. It unfolds like a tent pole. Is it a long spork? Would you call it? I think it's a normal length spork, is what I'm seeing.
Why did you buy that?
Yes. Why did you buy a collapsible spork? I know you don't really like camping.
I want something expensive and yet worse than traditional utensils.
I wanted a spork. I wanted a spork in my life.
I just wanted,
I wanted a
You
spork
wanted
in
a
my life.
spork in your life.
I wanted a spork in my life.
So you
God
can
damn
eat
it.
soup inefficiently. Why?
Don't judge me. Okay, the spork is the perfect utensil. First of all, the spork dominates the spoon. It dominates the spoon. If it's in here, as long as I can remember how to put it in there, I don't right now.
Yeah,
But
you
I
look like
got
a retard if you bring
I've got
that anywhere.
instructions over there somewhere. Where are they? Where are my instructions? Yeah, here they are.
You need instructions for a spork?
I'll memorize it eventually. I don't do this hard. There's a special way to. All right. That way, okay. Yeah, it's like this. It's like this. Yeah, it's easy to forget. There's like 3 different ways for things to go. You get
It looks like
together.
there's one way for it to go.
Well, you're dumb. That just shows how dumb you are. Clearly,
Yeah,
I mean,
clearly.
you don't know how to use.
I won't be able to.
Clearly,
finish
you
my-
don't know how to use a collapsible sport. You haven't been trained yet. But I'm.
But why?
Shit.
You fucking idiot.
Why? It goes in. Look, it went in there. It went in. Yeah.
No. Lift it back up. Lift it back up. That shit did not go in. That shit absolutely did not go in. All right. Now, all right.
Hang on, let's go back to instructions.
You fucking retard.
Hang on.
But I just blown away. But why?
Why did you buy us? I'm in the market for a spork.
You can't possibly be in the.
I am. I do all this moto camming.
I got it.
No, hold it up on the screen so we can confirm that it's sliding gracefully into the holster.
Hang on. It's right in there. Yeah, look at that. Bam.
Look at that. Look at how much time you saved.
Nailed it. All right.
And look, it cooks onto your keychain, so you can take it anywhere, right? So now this is part of my life. I'm a spork man now.
That's
I'm a motorcycle guy.
I'm
I'm
a Zippo
jacked.
lighter thing, but he went with the spork. So what made you buy a spork, Kyle?
Man, I'm just buying stuff for my trip to Colorado, and I was thinking, I'm probably gonna eat some cheesy potatoes or something. I'd like a spork for that, and it'd be pretty cool, be pretty chill. I think everybody would be blown away if I was just like popped over my spork,
Everyone's they'll certainly be blown away.
Like I bought all sorts of things. I got my lighter.
Now that is sick. That is sick.
Zippo's pimp, yes.
Yeah, I got myself a Zippo there for lighting things.
Shit, I want one of those.
Colorado.
Will you be able to have a knife?
One of one.
When your commission's over?
Yeah, I can have knives, swords, black powder weaponry, cannons,
that's right,
mortars,
swords,
bows, arrows, ninja weapons, shuriken.
How about that thing Worf has?
Oh, the batleth. Oh,
yes.
The batleth is already being made. Don't worry. I found a $900 batleth on Etsy. I'm going to be a student of the blade. Okay. Champion.
I just looked up what a batleth is. That's okay. I was going to make fun of it. This is actually pretty cool.
Zach, can you help us out with the Zach?
I've been training my batleth technique since I was a young man. Okay, like trust me.
Using a wooden batleth right now.
How do you use it? You hold it and then occasionally you swing it out.
Well, it depends. It depends. What kind
of foe you're facing. I'm sure.
It would depend on the foe and what kind of weaponry he has.
What if he has a spork?
What race he is? And by that I don't mean color. I mean like literally.
Yeah, if it's a Bolian or a
Klingon or
another Klingon warrior, perhaps.
How long is your spork? Is it longer than the utensils in your drawer?
I think so. I don't have like a.
I'm shopping for a spork. I bought utensils. I'm not sure I love them.
It is like full length. Like it's at least as long as like a standard like implement.
When you're camping, have you ever seen the dehydrated food that campers get?
Yes.
Okay.
In that bag. Yeah.
In that bag. And if you don't have a long utensil, then you get it on your fingers and your knuckles and stuff as you finish it off. So I'm not sure your spork's long enough. I don't know.
Yeah, you wasted. How much was the spork?
It was $30, wasn't it?
Fuck, I don't know. I can look real quick on my Amazon. I don't think it was 30. I think it was probably more like 15. I used to have one of those titanium sporks, but I think
kicking yourself for losing it, right?
I literally am.
It was $30. I'm looking at it on Amazon. It's totally I can see the package it came in. It's that $29.95.
Woody, I would not spend $30 on a spork.
I know you would spend $29.95 on a spork.
There's no way I would do that. I'm looking at my past purchases. Let's see. I spent $80 on light bulbs yesterday.
Well, that's reasonable. You need light.
Well, I mean, it's 4 light bulbs. You saw that light bulb. It's fucking sick.
Mm-hmm.
It's that one I found on Reddit that look, it's $30. It's $29.95. Well, you know what? When you're in the market for a good, sport, expense is
money's no object.
Money's no object. You're just like, hey, I need a good sport, in my life, and
you'll be able to give that to your grandchildren.
I'll be able to.
You won't.
I mean, unless there's like a rubber thing that like allows it to do this bendy shit, just breaks after like 30 uses.
Bungee does
$30, it'll never break.
10 years later,
you didn't fold it right. The spoon part has to be in the middle. Remember the way you did it before the spoon? No, turn it towards the camera. Yeah, see, you have to put the middle part. The spoon has to be the middle part. You got to do the two fold.
Taylor's figured out how to operate a spork. You would see.
The spoon is absolutely not the middle part. It's like this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, evidence is on my side with the slide in.
Hang on,
yeah.
Not immediately evident. The fucking Rufus cube for assholes.
Looking stupid.
I got it.
No.
What?
Certainly.
Woody, who's the star of Home Alone?
Don't engage.
I'll let you know as soon as you finish that fucking sport.
Yeah. I'll keep my hands up and then say his name after you put that. You're giving up, aren't you? It's Macaulay Culkin, Kyle. It's Macaulay Culkin.
Down, and then this goes back. And then
he's putting the spoon in the middle, Taylor.
There's only 3 movable
parts.
You'd be surprised. But they can each go 2 ways. There we go. So look at that. There we go.
Look at how convenient that was.
You just keep these with you, and you don't have any problem, right? You just always keep these on you. Look, I got these handy pockets right here. Bam.
Boom.
Never will be an issue. I won't. You never know when there's money in a pocket like this.
It's like a bomber jacket. Is that what that's called?
Zach found a great extendable dinner fork for dessert long-handled fork cutlery. It's 25 inches long. I want this. I just wish it was a spork instead.
Yeah, pull that at the campfire and start shoveling some fucking food in.
Dude, I would fucking pull that out at dinner time and flex on everybody. Show them.
All right, I kind of want it now. That's fucking.
If you go to that Amazon listing, go to the 3rd photo in the Amazon listing, and it shows someone like stealing a dumpling off someone else's plate.
I'll have that.
Oh, I'll have it.
I'll have some of what is it? It's telescoping, isn't it?
I'll have what.
Oh shit! It's telescopic. I just realized that it's a. Zoop.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah,
it
that's
gets
kind of
so long. Like.
And they don't have spork options, unfortunately.
Shit, you can save 5%. It's incalculable.
It's only $10.79. Dude, utensil talk needs to be a 10-pole topic on this show.
Next week, all utensils, 4 hours. Get ready, boys. Chopstick hour. All right, that's coming. That's coming. Okay. Other utensils,
forks, spoons, chopsticks, and the rest.
Knives.
Knives.
Never forget the knife. You ever see one of those things you use to like shave butter? It's like a little little thing that's like it's kind of like a cheese grater, but it's in a little scoop form. You'll shave a little butter on there and
with the
spread
wire
it
on there.
Yeah,
like a cheese cutter almost. Yeah.
I bought this is in the past, but when I was 16, I was still I'm 25. I'm still in the midst of this. My Lord of the Rings obsession that they made 500 replica Witch King helmets. The Witch King. The Witch King was the Lord of the Nazgul. If you don't know who they are, they had.
Decided you haven't seen before, Chili.
I could list some of the Nazgul right now, but they had this. The Witch King had this giant helm that you'll see in the movies
the Witch King of Angmar.
The Witch King of Angmar. Yes.
Oh, okay.
The Witch King of Angmar, and he had this giant helmet, and I bought it, and it was something that I had it bought for me rather. And when you put it on, it was heavy. Like, it was fucking heavy. It was something that only a mighty man could wear while he was fighting. And I went to college, didn't think about it. I just thought, when I go home, my Witch King of Angmar helm will still be on its display case above my bed, because that's where it was. When I slept in my big bed, I had a queen-size bed, and it had a big, kind of armoire-style thing around it, and it had a big shelf behind the bed. And I had my Witch King of Angmar head right there. And I was like, all right, I don't need to bring that to college. I don't want to turn off the girls right away. I'll slowly introduce them to my Lord of the Rings obsession.
I can just imagine you like bringing the girl back to your dorm room and be like you put it on and be like, what do you think? She's like, I think I should grab my pepper spray really discreetly right now.
But that was basically it. I had that helmet. I went to college. I came back. I didn't. If it happened before this, I didn't notice it. But I came back that winter break, my freshman year, and I went into my room and I looked up there, and I didn't really think of anything of it. I wasn't looking for it, and slept a couple nights before I realized,
where's the
I
Witch
had
King?
something over here. I had a Witch King helmet. Yeah, where the hell is my Witch King of Angmar helmet?
I'm like the Witch
And so I
King.
went and asked my younger brother and was like, "Where is my Witch King helmet? You dick! You know where it is, asshole!" And he was like, "Oh yeah, my friend was playing with that. I don't know where it is. Maybe in your closet." And I was like, "Maybe in my closet." Okay. So I go back. I check my closet. I find my Witch King of Angmar, one of 500. This isn't one of those bullshit we'll make a new one and call it one of 500 every 2 months to trick idiots into buying it. This was an actual one of 500, because there are very few people willing to pay $700 for a Witch King helmet. And so I got it. I had it there. I went into that closet, and I was honestly distraught when I saw it sitting there, totally broken, totally ruined. All the spines that came out of it, obviously it's some kind of plaster. Yeah, the big ones are on the head. It's made of some kind of plaster, but inside it's just a metal bar holding that little bit of plaster up. And the 3 inches between the tip and the bottom part of every single helmet spike was broken off. So it was just a metal bar going from the helmet ring up into a weak little pinnacle at the top. And I was honestly so fucking upset by that I don't think I talked to anyone in my family for a day or two, because I was like, how could you have let this happen? You know that I love Lord of the Rings and that this was my favorite Lord of the Rings possession. Fuck the Gimli axe and all that. This is my Lord of the Rings obsession. And they let it go by the wayside and they ruined it. And oh my God, even thinking about this pisses me off, because I wish I still fucking had this. This is something that could have lasted. It could have lasted. I could have given it to my grandkids and said, "Hey,
you could put it on right now.
To be autistic in the future, wear this."
Do you have it right now? Does it exist in your apartment?
No, it's thrown away years ago because it was ruined to the point of no repair. There was no way to fix it.
So while we're staying in the bathroom with this, have you ever walked into a gas station bathroom, something like that, and someone has literally pooped everywhere? They have shat
They
On
gave you a calling
everything.
card with like a napkin writing shit cursive.
All right, whoa, that's not that. I'm talking about a realistic scenario that I've encountered
I've seen that
half a dozen times at least throughout my travels, where they shat on the seat, on the toilet. What's the top part of the toilet? The part that holds the water. The tank. They have shat on the tank. They have shat on the seat. There's shit on the wall around the toilet. There's shit on the floor. Have you ever encountered
take
this?
a shit, and you're like, oh fuck, what should I do?
I have encountered that, and it is not.
Now, has anyone ever been the perpetrator?
No.
of shitting on the floor somewhere.
Yes. All over the wall on the
Kyle,
toilet.
have you done this?
Yes. Let me explain how this happens, and you're gonna be on my side. It was a 9-hour drive. I usually go to the bathroom in the mornings. It didn't happen this morning for some reason. Just wasn't gonna happen. So I'm loaded up. I'm a loaded gun. And an hour after starting the drive, I'm like, man, I wish I could have went. I gotta go now. I hate using public restrooms. I could count the times that I have pooped in a public restroom on both hands easily, no problem. I've done it maybe 6 times ever. This was the 6th time. So I drive along. I get like 3/4 of the way home. I'm like, this isn't gonna work. This is so bad. I'm getting cramps. This is horrible. I'm feeling like pinching pains in my intestines. I have to go. So I go into the bath. I pull over, go into the gas station, and it seems like my brain is telling my body that like it's almost time. It's almost time. So it's getting worse. I really gotta go now. It's worse. And every step I take, I'm like, I gotta like press my ass cheeks together at this point. I'm like, I gotta get in here, but I'm trying to play it off. I don't want to like run into a gas station bathroom. Everybody knows I'm taking a shit. I don't want that. It's embarrassing to me. So I kind of casually walk in, kind of look at the sunglasses, and the whole time I'm sweating.
Oh my god, dude, just go.
Yeah, no, because the bathroom is like within eyes. The cashier can see the bathroom, and there's a customer dealing with the cashier. So I kind of like casually walk in there, and immediately like I'm operating that lock like I'm fucking James Bond or something, like locking that thing up. I'm over there trying to get my belt off. I'm working on it. I look in the toilet. The toilet is filthy. The toilet is covered in piss, and I'm like, I do not have time to clean the piss off of this toilet.
You would have had you not gone sunglass shopping.
No. And even if I do, I really don't want to clean someone else's piss. That's bullshit.
I doubt the person working there wants to clean your shit off the floor either.
No one does. And I didn't intend for that to happen. So what I said was, I'm going to hover. In my mind, I immediately went to all the stories I've heard of women talking about hovering, when they pee. I'm like, I'm totally going to hover. I'm totally going to hover. Oh, I did spread them. Yeah, totally. I'm going to hover. I'm going to spread the butt cheeks a little bit. Going to take this nice and slow, and it's going to be easy.
I would stare right down in that piss without giving a fuck.
My lower intestines content was under high pressure. I'm talking about at least.
It came out and it hurt regular.
At least 100 psi, and it was a lot. It was like if you took a quart-sized Ziploc bag and you filled it up with brownie mix, and then you cut the corner, and then you sat it on the counter, and then you just smashed it as hard as you could. That's what happened, and I couldn't stop. It was just go time. It was go time, and I'm just like, I recover. I wipe myself, and I look, and I'm like, I have destroyed this bathroom. This toilet needs to be replaced, not cleaned. It needs to be burnt. They need to throw a firebomb in here. This needs to.
So what did you do after the fact? How did you go buy some sunglasses and a drink and then leave?
I did not buy anything. I got my pants on, made sure that there wasn't like reflected poop on me anywhere, anything like that. Got my shit together, took a deep breath, which kind of sucked. I got a little sick at that point because that bathroom smelled horrible. And I made a beeline for that door, and I was gone. And as I was leaving, I saw someone walking toward it, and I was in my car, like it was like, and I'm gone. I'm going down the road. I'm
smoking tires, entering the freeway.
Yeah, I'm out of here. I don't even want to know what kind of car the shit bandit was driving. So as insane as it looks when you encounter that scenario, you're like, what motherfucker would do this? This disgusting son of a bitch. I have to say, It does occasionally happen, and there's no way around it.
It doesn't occasionally happen. So my girl and I were watching a movie, and she gets spooked. I don't think I've said this on the show. She gets spooked at like spiritual demons and
I don't think you've acknowledged her existence on the show.
We were watching this spooky. We're in a scary movie kind of fix right now because she gets very scared by them, and it's kind of funny to me. I only get scared by like the serial killer, or like really spooky, like someone might kidnap me and torture me or something. And she was getting scared by The Conjuring or something like that, something supernatural. And she was like wanting to get up and go to the bathroom. And she's like, "Will you walk me to the bathroom?" And I'm like, "It's 15 yards that way. You go to the bathroom. I'll pause the movie." And she's like, "I'm scared. I don't want to go. There could be demons or something." And I'm like, "Demons aren't real. We've talked about this. None of them are real. There are no goblins. There are no ghouls. Nothing's going to happen." And she's like, "Yes, there are. They're totally real. I know they're real." And I was like, "No, they're not. Watch. Satan, come into my heart. Come into my soul. Use me as a vessel. Use me for your will, Lord Satan. I invite you in all earnest. Please invite my soul." And I did something like that. And she was like, "Stop. Stop doing that. Stop inviting Satan." I'm like, "It's going to be fine. It's coming in. Like, I just invited him. You know, come on in, Satan. There's room for one more. Like, I bet if you come in, I'm going to be so successful, apparently. I'll be great looking. Like, come on. Let's have some fun here. You haven't traipsed around Earth for a while. What a better body." So she did not.
A little high on yourself. You're like Satan.
She was not as high on the comedy of that as I was.
When she came back from the bathroom, you totally should have been having a seizure, just flipping the fuck out, and then they come to and just walk, just freak her out a little. Maybe grab one of those kettlebells, pretend like you're gonna smash her.
Or to be doing just like Gregorian chants or something as she's in there from right outside.
Do you know any Latin? That would be the time.
No. Semper Fi.